condoms won't biodegrade. They'll float.
Oh, wow.
Man, one time I popped a septic tank open and I saw about 10,000 condoms in there, I swear. I mean, I didn't count them or anything, but they were all over the top of the tank.
And who was the guy? A little Asian guy?
No. It was the homeowner. He was standing there watching me dig this tank up, right?
Crazy.
So
did he have kids or something? Like, was he
no
shot?
kids? No. Oh, yeah. Because they weren't his condoms.
No way.
I could have guessed it was a homeowner.
Yeah.
He was standing there watching me. I popped it. Well, he called me because his toilet wouldn't flush no more, right? And I get there and I snake the drain out and it won't go down. I'm like, well, I got to dig up your tank. So I dig up the tank, and when I open up the tank and you look down, they're just everywhere. They're coating the wall, the pink ones and green ones and blue.
Oh.
I mean, every color of the rainbow.
Jesus, Easter colors, huh?
Yeah. Dude worked at a tire manufacturing plant, the graveyard shift, for like 20 years. And I'm betting every night.
No way.
She had somebody coming. They got a divorce after
So you
that.
really, so that's, man, that's crazy.
Right.
So sometimes opening up that septic tank, it's almost like a time capsule for your butt or something, or for your, for below the waist. It's almost like a time capsule for what or anything you've been doing in your home, really.
Yep. I mean, that actually happened twice. That instance caused a divorce. The next time that it happened where I found condoms in the tank, it was a young girl. She was like 14 or 15, and it was her grandma's house.
Oh.
And the grandma was standing there watching me.
And whose were they, you think?
They were the granddaughters for sure.
Oh.
I mean, it was just those are the only two ladies living in the house. It's the 14-year-old girl and the grandma.
So awkward.
And the grandma's like, they ain't mine.
Hey, dude. That's going to be an awkward game of Go Fish that they play later in the day,
Where'd you get all these? Why are they in here?
So that's wild. So you started in Alabama.
Yeah.
You worked with a man. Do you remember the gentleman?
The guy who hired me?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We still talk.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, he's a good man.
He is. And so
Yeah.
now what was like your vibe when you started working there? Were you like, oh, this is a career that I want to make? Or were you like, this is just a job that I want to do? What was kind of your goal, if you had any going into it?
The money. I didn't really have a goal going into it. The money just sticks you. Plumbing pays well.
Yeah.
And it always has. So.
And they say, I've heard, this is a saying in the universe, that plumbers make more than lawyers.
I believe that.
You do?
Yeah.
And how does that break down? Because why?
Lawyers ain't working 40 hours a week.
Right.
You know what I mean? They get paid a lot for what they do, but they don't do it all the time.
Right.
So that's great that they get $400 an hour, 3 hours a week.
Right.
I work 50, 60 hours a week every week.
Right.
I'm only charging 100, maybe more or whatever, but
you add it up over time.
Add it up.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, because you always hear that. You always hear that that plumbers make more than lawyers. That's just like a thing I've always heard.
Or doctors. Though I heard it as doctors, but same thing. I went to a university professor's house years ago, and I handed him the bill at the end, and he just flipped out. Like, he was just couldn't believe it cost that much. You charge more than doctors do. Do you realize it took me 10 years to learn how to do this?
Right.
It literally is a 10-year program. It's as hard, I think, of course, because I went down that road, as any 8-year doctorate or master's degree that you're going to get.
Become, anything you're gaining knowledge.
Yeah. To become a well-rounded plumber anyway.
Yeah. And so you start this job, you got the guy with Roto-Rooter.
Yeah.
And so you worked there for how long?
With that guy for 5 years, a little over 5 years. Dude gave me $1,000 bonus for every year I worked for him.
Did he really?
So
Damn.
Second year was $2,000, third year's $3,000, fifth year was $5,000. That was
Nick's
nice.
going to use this later in his Christmas bonus discussion too. I can already tell. Fuck, man. I was hoping to fucking... Bro, that's God working right there, because it's been on my mind, and then you bring it up, and he's in here in the room.
Dude needs a little bit of help every once in a while,
man,
right? This is
he's
an
the hardest
area.
worker. He's the hardest worker I know. He works very hard, and he really is, man.
Well, hook him up.
And he's very good. I agree with you. I think we try. We do our best.
I saw on one of your other shows you were talking about if it came down to killing him or killing you, you might not even kill him.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big step.
True, I think. Yeah. I forgot I said that, but I still agree with myself. Okay, so, and also with plumbing, if it's a holiday, then those prices are higher, right? You have to do it, don't you?
When I was working for the commercial companies,
I see.
They did. Now that I actually quit doing the working for commercial companies, mostly because I was tired of hearing the complaints from the customers about how much it cost.
Oh, really?
You know, I'm going and doing the work, and I'm getting paid from the company,
right?
But not very much.
Okay.
Not as obviously not as much as now.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to understand, any large company, they got overhead, they got, you know, insurances that are humongous.
Yeah, we just had to get insurance
costs
just for having a place.
Dude, my L&I just for myself is almost $20,000 a month.
Wow.
Or a year.
A year.
And if I had to add on like an apprentice or something, it doubles.
It's wild, isn't it?
That's why I do everything by myself.
Right. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Yeah, it's like you got to get, I just realized we have to get a policy in case anything like an errors and omissions policy we have to get for podcasting now. You have to get workman's comp.
Yep, workman's comp.
And EPLNI or some similar type of policy that they just sent me something for the other day. It's like, I don't even know if I can afford it. So it's like, but it's interesting. Yeah. Once you start to, if you want to build something bigger or add more, there's more costs and liabilities that are incurred.
And they say, you know, California is the hardest place to run either a small business or to get a startup going.
Yeah.
There's so many restrictions and so many fees and regulations that govern.
It's crazy. It's almost amazing. Too much. It's like, what's even going on here?
When I was in Hawaii, I was rolling in money.
Yeah.
So didn't have to worry about nothing.
Now, how do you plumb in Hawaii? Because
slower. Everything's slower.
Well, it seems like you have like all the water pushing on the island. It's going to push everything back up the toilets.
Nah. Their infrastructure is, you know, significantly improved from way back those days. You know, everything's built up, everything's feet off the ground and all that. They have sanitary sewer systems, which is the name for. You call it sanitary sewer. I don't know why, because it's not fucking sanitary at all.
It isn't?
There's turds floating down. Mm-hmm. This pipe that leaves this building is called the sanitary sewer line.
Okay.
It's full of turds. It's not sanitary in any way. I have
and
no idea.
Whose are they? They don't know. I mean,
they're everybody's. Everybody in the building. You know what I'm
everybody
saying?
In the building.
The
okay.
whole.
I'm like, fuck. I just thought we were like on a damn fucking.
No.
On the
exit of this building has
line.
one great big pipe that leaves it from all the smaller pipes that come from each toilet.
Okay.
They all join together and make one big pipe. That pipe goes out to the street, which is a bigger pipe, probably 12, 14, 24 inches. Who knows? A city like this is probably big.
Okay.
And all the turds are floating down that.
Okay.
It's a constant stream. It looks like a river. If you were to open up a manhole in the street and look down there, it's a constant stream.
And that's black
poo.
Water?
Yeah, that's black water.
Okay.
Contained.
That's contained.
But they call it sanitary. And in my whole life at plumbing, 25 years or whatever, it's always been called sanitary sewer.
Yeah.
Why?
I think probably to give people a safe idea, just like, in case they see the pipe, they're like, we're doing our best. It's sanitary.
It's down there, yeah. It's out of the way. It's sanitary. It's hidden. So all that goes to a sewer treatment facility where they process and treat it and then release the clean water into a stream and out to the ocean.
Okay. And is it really clean when it gets out there? You could be honest.
It passes EPA standards.
Right.
We'll leave it at that. You know, I wouldn't drink it. I wouldn't drink any of the water near it.
What if you made an ice tray cube of trays, like ice of it? Would you put one cube like in a soda or something?
Fuck no.
Come on, bro.
No.
Come on, dude.
Nah.
Bro, you gotta get a little more polis than that, man.
I have been around enough turds in my life, man.
Have you?
Oh. After like 11 years of that, I had to give up on the Roto-Rooter thing. And the
Roto-Rooters deals mostly with feces. Now, what is let me ask you, what's the term that's comfortable to use? Like, because every time if a plumber comes over, I don't know if I say shit, do I say poop, do I say turds, do I...
Whatever you like, man.
Okay.
Whatever you like. You know, they all work.
Okay.
I had this guy in Alabama one time. I knock on the door and everything, you know, Roto-Rooter, man, I'm here. And he opens the door and he goes, "Thank God you're here, man. I've been fighting these turds all morning."
Oh, damn.
And I go in there and he's got just water sprayed up all over the walls. He's been plunging the shit out of this toilet for like an hour and making no headway.
Oh.
I said, "Give me that." And I take the dude's plunger and he goes, "That ain't going to work. You're going to need something way more than that." And I put it in there and hit it like 2-3 times. Pop, pop. It goes away. How the fuck do you do that?
Damn.
Man, I do this for a living. This is what I do. You know?
Do some people like is it uncomfortable? I feel like it's uncomfortable if you go into a place, does somebody be like, okay, I pooped in here? Does people just kind of vague about it? Hey, somebody shit in here.
Sometimes,
what do people say?
Sometimes people are super embarrassed and they're like, I'm really sorry about it.
That's how I would be.
Yeah, I would too. Hey, if it were me, I'd get the turd out.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't know what to do.
If it's, put it on a paper or something, run it outside or something.
Out there,
yeah.
Fish scoop it out or whatever you got to
do. Do what you can,
but I mean, I've seen
some rose petals in there or something, So
I can't call this lady out. She's probably dead by now anyway. But I used to have this one customer. It was the sweetest, nicest lady. I went to her house probably 3 years, constantly. I was going to her house like every month. Once a month, I'd go to her house and unstop both of her toilets. Because I know it's a little graphic, but she would shit baseballs.
Oh, wow. Really?
Just round balls of shit. I'm not sure what was going on with her intestines. We used to talk about it, the Roto-Rooter guys. You would be like, what's up with this lady? How does this happen?
She's got the Walker Bueller colon right there, man. She's got something going on.
Out they go.
That Joe Musgrove, man.
I'm wondering if she's shitting baseballs. How fast do they come out? Could we clock these things?
Yeah. And it must be so intense.
Is it like a curveball, a slider? It's probably a slider.
It's probably a slider, man. Damn.
So anyway, they would clog the toilet.
And so, and you get in there and what?
So if you can't hit it with a plunger, which these turds were solid, man, they were packed. They were well-built turds.
And do you think she's eating something unique?
She is. Whatever her diet is creating this
grass, maybe
like paste turds.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
You could. So we had a snake for the toilet, right? That you stick in the toilet to unstop it. It'll grab things too. This snake would like go through the turd and just put a little hole in it, and then once you pull the snake out, it's like the turd would close back up like Jello. Damn. The turd would just close back up
like Terminator.
like the liquid Terminator. You know. So you'd basically just have to run that snake back and forth till you could break up enough of that turd to get the water helping it out to flush this thing all the way through.
And how far does that Roto-Rooter thing go?
That one would only go through the toilet, like 4 or 5 feet.
Oh, wow.
Just right to because the toilet will go down and then up and then down again. And that's about 3 feet by the time it finishes.
Okay.
That's really all you need.
Right.
Because if it's any farther than that, you need to pull the toilet off the floor and go after the pipe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So at that point, you once you do, after that 3 feet, you're going into
the pipe, into the sewer system.
It's a different ball game.
Yeah, it gets a little more expensive after that, usually.
Okay.
So,
and why does the pipe on the toilet go up and down like that after? It would seem like a straight pipe would help out better.
It's a trap. It has to go down and up like that so water always stays in that portion right there. Otherwise, you're going to smell shit coming out of the pipe all the time. That water there prevents the smell from coming back.
Ah, so that's why it has that kind of snake, that S curve.
P-trap.
The P-trap.
Yeah, same thing underneath your sink. You see that little U-bend underneath there?
Right, the U-bend. And so it stinks, but it's stuck in the top part of that pipe?
Well, anything downstream of that, where that water is, smells really bad.
I see.
That water is what blocks the sewer gas from coming back
through.
at you.
Oh, wow.
You ever go into a building and it just kind of smells like shit?
Yeah.
Like the whole place smells like sewer and you can't figure it out? Usually what that is a dry floor drain somewhere. Because floor drains, even in the bathrooms, they have that same P-trap in the bottom of them. But if nobody pours water in them, that'll evaporate. Here's a free tip for like everybody out there. That'll evaporate, and then you'll get that sewer gas smell coming in.
It's coming in because there's no water there to block it from coming up.
So a lot of times you just, so many times I'd walk into a building, and I know that smell well. They'd be like, we got this smell. We don't know. Oh, yeah, I know it. And then I just search around and find the dry floor drain, pour some water in there, and give me my money.
Yeah, gang, I'm out.
Right?
So a lot of this, probably over the years, you learn these different ways of like, oh, okay, instead of going through every pipe in the building the first time to the thousandth time you come in, it's the smell. You find the dry drain, boom, and I'm done.
Oh man, after 20 years of experience, pays tons. It really does.
And it
dividends.
Should. Well, yeah, and it should because you put in the time. So, is there certain points where, do you feel? I interrupted you about the story with that lady. Or was that it? She just had some wild...
She just had wild turds, man, and we used to talk about it. We would never, shame her, embarrass her. Just go there and take care of it. We're sorry to, give us a call when you need us. We gave her a super discounted rate because she called us all the time.
Right.
Eventually, and she used to give the first lady that I married, the daughter that she had that wasn't mine,
right,
was she used to give that girl presents, little dolls and stuff. So she's almost like,
family,
a little community. Hey, here's for your daughter.
Yeah.
So after like 3 years of feeling guilty on stopping this lady's toilet every month, look, on my day off, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna install you 2 pressure-assisted power toilets for free.
Dang.
You pay for the toilets, I'll give you the labor for free. And I went over there on a Saturday. Mm-hmm. I jerked her old toilets out that were, obviously not up to the challenge she was putting on them, mm-hmm. and put in these. You've seen those
that body works.
Those jet toilets where you flush them, they just sound like a jet engine going off. Yeah. I put 2 of those in. She never called us again.
Wow,
fixed, good to go. She did call us like a year later because her kitchen sink was stopped up or something like that. But how many thousands of dollars did that just save over the lifetime of all that? You got to do that every once in a while.
You help out, man. You help out where you can, especially if you notice those patterns. And, you're like, at some point it does get to be like, I'm keep giving this person keeps giving me business, but at a certain point I can just be helpful or something. And
you almost feel like you're robbing them after a while.
At a certain point. Yeah. I like having that thing inside of you that feels like that, because then it tells you when to like be one way and when to be another way.
And that's why I do it by myself now. I can't do it for a company. They charge too much.
And so you did Roto-Rooter for how long?
11 years.
And that was in Alabama?
No. I 5 years in Alabama and 6 years in Tacoma and Seattle.
Oh, wow.
So when I got divorced in Alabama, I moved to Washington, which is where I was born.
And that's higher altitude. And people are...
sea level.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I was right on the water, right in Seattle. It is sea level.
Huh. Yeah. But I just feel like overall... Nick, we just looked that up? Mm-hmm. And I'm not challenging. I'm just curious myself. Is Seattle what the... difference in land elevation is? For some reason, I always think of the South as being like a lower.
I'm not sure what it was in Alabama, but when I was in Alabama, I want to say they were a couple hundred feet up. Where Seattle is, there's water right there, right in front of you.
Right.
That water is sea level because it's the Puget Sound.
Oh, yeah, that's the dang sea.
Yeah.
You're right.
So base elevation in Alabama, probably a couple hundred feet, maybe. 500 feet above sea level. There you go.
Elevation is like 500 feet above sea level.
Highest point in Seattle is 520 feet. Yeah, you got some hills for sure, but the lowest point, which is sea level.
Wow. Gang, bro.
Average elevation is 170. All right. So anyway.
So yeah, that's a lot closer.
Everywhere you're driving around the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, and all the surrounding areas, a lot of the area, you're looking at water, right? At the sound out there. So not elevation so much, but cold, rainy, wet, gray.
And how does that affect plumbing? Like, is there different type of plumbing going on? That's what I want to know. Is there different plumbing going on in the Pacific Northwest that we don't know about or something, as opposed to what's going on like in Alabama?
In Alabama, the rules... So when I was in Alabama, they ran off the National Plumbing Code, which is a book about 3/4 of an inch thick or so. Got a lot of pages in it, maybe 100 pages or so. National Plumbing Code, pretty simple. Do what you want as long as it works, basically, and don't leak.
Right.
I moved to Washington, and they, as California does now too, but back then they didn't, Uniform Plumbing Code, which is the gold standard, and that book is like this thick, and it's got addendums and additions and revisements. It's like the shit
Constitution or something.
My God, it's unreal.
It's crazy. It's everything out west. Once you get out here, there's so much paperwork and this and that, and you gotta, and nobody, if somebody doesn't want to work at all, you gotta fee, you gotta fucking buy them a hat.
Pay for taxes or more, all that. The farther west you go, the harder it is on the working man.
Yeah.
It really is. So they say Washington's the hardest state to get a license in for plumbers. Michigan's the second hardest.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd think people would be doing a lot of shitting in Michigan and they would need more help. That's what,
because all their shit freezes.
Oh, really?
They have...
Oh, I didn't even think about that, dude. Imagine now it's frozen.
Frozen shit.
You got a whole different battle, bro. That's insane.
You can't run a sewer cable through frozen shit.
Fuck, what do you do, dude?
Restrictions are different in cold weather climates. I've never been to Michigan, but I'm going to guess that they're going to be somewhere similar as to like Colorado. And I did do Colorado plumbing.
Wow.
And all their shit's buried 8 feet deep in Colorado.
Oh, all of their septic tanks and everything?
Everything's buried 8 feet
all
deep.
The plumbing
water lines, everything
that's
goes.
That's the rule?
Yeah, 8 feet deep is the minimum.
To keep it warm enough?
Yeah, to keep it from freezing.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Washington is 24 inches, so 2 feet deep. I think California is 18 inches.
And Louisiana, I think, is just right out the window, basically.
Alabama was ground level.
Was it?
Yep. 1 inch deep.
Yeah, damn, dude.
Just don't let your lawnmower hit it.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Dude, that's wild. So, and because I remember they had like a neighbor when I was growing up that they had like a shit line and just went off into the woods. And it would and then at a certain point, I remember we ran back there. And when you're kids, you don't know, you think it's like a little river, like a little lake or something.
So gross.
And so, people are jumping around, skipping rocks off of shit.
Yeah.
Like just, making little boats. We used to make little school boats and like push them out into like this like kind of duty canal, kind of just.
Hey,
you're a kid.
You sick now?
I'm not doing great, but I'm doing this year. I'm feeling okay.
But generally speaking, throughout your whole life, are you a healthy dude?
Yeah.
Me too. You know why?
Why?
Because you played with shit.
Yeah.
And you got dirty every once in a while. And you didn't give a crap about washing your hands every single time you went to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Out here, like everybody, I saw some woman get a bunch of hand sanitizer and wash her son's neck with it the other day when I was at the bank. I'm like,
that can't be good for him.
The fuck? That kid's going to fucking get hit by lightning.
Yeah.
That kid's definitely. Dude.
That can't be good for you.
Yeah.
Just letting that alcohol soak into your skin like that?
Yeah, and just like at a certain point, everything has diminished. What is it called?
Diminishing returns.
Diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Everything does. It's like, okay, you want to get so clean and everything, then fine. Something small comes along, a breeze with a little bit of cigarette smoke in it, and now your kid can't fucking see for 2 years,
Carlin said some stuff years ago about, you spend so much time washing this and scrubbing that and making sure you're so clean that when something real does come along, your immune system is not going to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
And you're going to die.
Yeah, your immune system's at like a 4-star restaurant or something, dude.
Yeah.
And then some little hitchhiker comes in, you can't fucking handle him.
Right. You got to build it up. You got to
Yeah.
do something to kind of strengthen your immune system somehow. So and go play with some turds every once in a while.
Amen, bro. Look, I'd watch people do it.
You ain't going to do it yourself, though.
Mario made you do it.
Oh yeah, dude. When I was young, they had a kid in my neighborhood who used to make me bury his duty in his yard for him, or I couldn't play with him. And he was a tough kid.
Like beat the crap out of you?
No, he would shit in his yard, and I had to bury it. And I didn't. I did it, man. I just did it, man. I fucking did it, dude. His mother was a librarian. I thought she was a nice lady. And he died, actually. He drove a bass boat into an embankment in the middle of the night.
Damn.
If we can look that up, Mario Ruffino. And R.I.P. as well, man.
R.I.P.
What's some? I want to know some good tales, man. We have some great video questions that came in for you that we'll get to in a minute. Yeah, I want to know a tale from the. Found it, you funked it right there.
There he is, right there.
6-day search, man.
Damn. Chafuncta. What city is it? What town is this in?
That's Covington, Louisiana. And Chafuncta, how it got its name, it's a famous Indian river. A big Indian threw a big rock in there. And that's the sound it made when it went in.
That sounds about right.
It is.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it? By the overpass, man, I knew a fucking kid who jumped off that overpass one time and fucking hit a boat when he fucking went in, dude.
Is that where you're originally from?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, then you know the South.
We all prayed, and we just knew God was going to let his body surface so we could take him out and give him a proper burial and get proper closure. Man. Mario Ruffino, traveling upstream at high speed just after midnight. That'll do it.
Man, what's he doing driving a boat in the dark?
Smashed into the overpass.
Had he been drinking?
I bet he had.
It says Ruffino was last seen at a bar right there.
May have had a beer or two. That's what they put in there. But man, I'll tell you, that boy lived at top speed from the moment I ever fucking met him, bro. It was like the whole world was at. I mean, he was just at high speed. That kid.
If you were to ask him right now, he probably ain't got no complaints then.
Oh man, that guy. Yeah, yeah. He didn't. I mean, I guess he didn't believe in plumbing. I fucking remember that. That's for damn sure.
Just piss outside.
Dude, I got this fucking, yeah. We're going to save a lot of money. Mom and Dad, I'm going to have some kid bury our poop.
Oh, that's right. You believe in plumbing.
What's some wild stories that happen out there, man?
Oh, man, wild? Like,
Or tell me something
gross, crazy. You know, I got them all. Chicks trying to have sex to pay off their bill.
Is that true?
Oh, yeah, that happens. I never did.
Because you're a handsome guy. I'm sure you go in there and there's the opportunity for sex every now and then.
It's happened. I had a lady in Seattle. She's good looking. It took forever for her to come to the door. I still remember it because she was trying so hard.
Right.
You can tell when somebody's coming on to you, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm blind and all, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a dude. It's fine. We miss most of those signs all the time.
A lot of times you miss them. But so if you don't miss them, if a regular dude doesn't miss them, it must really be coming strong. That's what I've realized.
Dude, this chick answered the door in a very thin white T-shirt.
Okay.
And that's it.
Wow.
And that T-shirt was just long enough.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then her stuff was upstairs. So I'll show you, follow me. So I followed her up the stairs, staring at her ass the whole way up, so I could plunge her toilet in 30 seconds and fix it. And then she has me sit there for like 20 minutes, I bet, while she sings karaoke to me on her little private karaoke machine.
No way.
Still in this little T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
With great big titties.
Damn,
that you can see every bit of. She didn't even need to be wearing the T-shirt.
Both of the tits, you could see them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the shirt is so thin, you can see right through it.
Oh, yeah.
So, but the point was, I knocked on the door and I got there and I got no answer. And I knocked again. It took her like 5 minutes to come to the door.
And were you getting scared? What do you think she was doing?
I was thinking she wasn't there. I heard her at first. When she first came up, I heard her come to the door. She looked through the peephole. She saw I was an old fat dude, probably, because you don't know what plumber's showing up to your house.
That's true, huh?
So, and then I kept knocking. I'm like, so I called dispatch because at the time...
Was this Roto? You were going to Roto?
Yeah. At the time, this was before cell phones, so all we had was Nextel.
Oh, yeah.
So, beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Hey, can you call this customer that I'm here at her house and I've knocked? I hear that she's in there. She ain't answering. Oh, yeah. So they call him. Oh, okay, she's coming to the door. I'm like, cool, thank you. And she answers the door like that. I'm like, now I know what the fuck she was doing. She went and got all ready and put her makeup on and whatever else.
And was she wearing sunglasses or anything?
Nope. She was... slightly a little bit on the heavy set side, but good looking.
And it's afternoon. Is it morning?
It was morning, probably 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Who cares what anybody's body's like in the morning,
Right? South African white chick. So that'll kind of...
She had an accent.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. But still, I'm on the job.
Right. You're professional. Are you wearing a uniform?
Oh, yeah. And at the time I was single, and still, you don't shit where you eat, no matter what. No, you just... It's only going to
clean shit.
There you go. Or you don't fuck where you clean shit, because that's true too. But I don't know. Something got instilled in me years ago. Don't ever have anything to do with anything with work like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't fuck your clients.
It's gonna. Yeah. And it's still a bad thing, man. Once you put sex into any work equation, it all becomes uncomfortable. That's why me and Nick fucking...
Is that why you guys don't get along?
That's why we go to separate rooms and touch ourselves. No, we've never done anything like that, man. And we never will, Nick.
And that's why it's working so well.
Yep, that's why it's working so well, dude. Look, I promise you, the second me and him have any sexual interaction...
It's over.
It is over, bro. It is over, and I think he would agree to that.
Yeah.
So I moved to Washington.
No, so the lady, you're there. You're in the place.
Oh, that was it.
Oh,
I hate, it's such it could have been so.
What karaoke music, though? That's what I mean. What karaoke music?
She's singing like love songs and stuff and trying to like sell me her voice, basically. And
why was she saying that she used to do music? She considered,
and she was totally into music, and she wanted me to hear her sing. She was trying to get me to nail her on the couch right there.
Wow. And where was the karaoke machine?
This was after unstopping the toilet. I had gone back downstairs to write the invoice. I'm sitting on the couch. She's next to me on the couch.
Oh, yeah.
I've given her the invoice. She's got the checkbook. And instead of writing me the check so I can go to my next job, she spends all this time singing, trying to seduce me, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be cordial. I'm not trying.
And what
look,
song,
lady,
though? What song?
I can't. Yeah, 20 years, man. This is literally 20 years ago, I bet. 15 years ago. I just can't remember.
Was it rap music?
No. I want to say it was like slow, like
put your head on. Yeah,
something something softer than that. Probably.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sexual Healing, Marvin Gaye.
I think you got it.
Wow.
She was pulling out all the stops to try. I had another lady in the same town grab my junk.
Wow,
and come in and grab me and kiss me. And I had to literally, I was married at that time. So
you said, hey.
Well, even if I wasn't.
Right.
Get off me, pay me my money, let me go.
Right, let me go.
Mostly I'd be so scared, we're in an age of lawsuits.
Yeah, now we definitely are, though. But 15 years ago, people
I think we still were. And what if it don't work out? Say this girl kisses me and I throw her on the floor and just ravage her and we have a great time.
Yeah.
And then I don't call her back. And now she calls my company and says, he raped me on the floor or whatever.
Right.
Don't even go down that road. Don't even cross that bridge. So
yeah, I mean, in hindsight, do you ever fantasize about having had a romantic instance though? About
obviously the South African one kind of stands out. If I could have gone back now being single, I probably could have taken a run at that and had a good time.
Yeah,
and all would have been fine. But
hey, mate.
Yeah, I don't think they say that in South Africa.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, man, I think I need a fucking plumber in my head. What's one of the wildest? Yeah, we got to ask, like, how much shit is out there, really? And how much shit is the middle of the earth just filling up with shit all the time?
Like I say, it all gets processed, cleaned, and then dumped back into the ocean.
But the septic box, the
septic box is even more environmentally friendly.
Wow.
Better for everything. It contains, it decomposes, it leaches clean water out into your yard, and that's why you see those green lines in a lot of people's grass, because that's where the septic tank leach field is.
Okay.
And it makes the grass a little bit greener in those areas.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But
and does it sift the sludge, or just a sludge builds up? Because really, in the end, it's very little solids, right?
Right. A perfectly working septic tank, if it is working, it has active live bacteria in it that are constantly breaking down the solid material, separating the solids from liquids. They sell this product called Ridex, but you can use buttermilk. You can use cultured buttermilk or cultured yeast. All these things work to promote the bacterial growth of your septic tank.
Oh, interesting.
Bleach and other chemicals tend to kill the active bacteria that are doing the job.
So you don't want that. So you want those cultures. You want to create. Yeah, you want to have like a little ecosystem going on.
Live bacteria. They're doing the job.
Wow.
My grandma and grandpa were. They had people coming over to their house, but they lived in the same house for like 25 years. Mm-hmm. And when the guy came, because the law says when you sell a house, you have to have a septic tank pumped, no matter what.
Oh wow! So that's when you start over.
Yeah. So when the guy came to pump their septic tank after it had been buried for 25 years, he said, it looks like brand new.
Wow.
This didn't need to be done. This tank is working properly.
Dang.
And if they are working properly,
it's a beautiful
true working septic tank will never have to be pumped.
Dang.
Yep.
Huh. That's amazing, really.
Yeah, it's a completely self-contained system if you do the right things. You can't just ignore it and let it build up. You got to treat it. You got to take care of it. You can't put the wrong things in it.
Now, have you ever had to go looking for something that someone flushed that they needed back? Like a tooth or like a wedding ring?
$20,000 diamond ring.
Really?
At midnight. Yeah.
And were they on drugs or something?
No. It was a lady at an apartment complex. She was the manager of an apartment complex. It was years ago. This was in Alabama. The boss calls me and says, hey, man, this lady, and we know this is one of our clients. They got 1,500 apartments in there. We're going there all the time. Hey, she dropped her wedding ring down the toilet at the office. Can you go get it? So I get there, and she's just bawling, crying. I'm like,
do you hug her, or what do you do? Just go in? You don't hug?
No, I don't hug.
Yeah.
I'm a plumber, man. Nobody wants to touch me anyway, man. I got a roto-rooter. Probably got turds somewhere on me.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
So I go in the bathroom, and I take the toilet off the floor, and I give it a shake. Mm-hmm. And I can hear it's in there.
Oh.
That's good news, man. Because if it makes it down the pipe, I got to send the camera down there. And I got to basically really slowly with the camera until I find it. And then I got to chase something down like a snake with a hook on it to try and get it out.
And that's like an endoscopy almost. How much does that cost? How much is that upcharge when you get that cam out?
It varies by area, obviously. In this area, I think a camera is around $500.
Yeah, I could see that.
Back in the day, this was, like I say, 15 years ago, I want to say we would probably charge her around $200 to do that. Fortunately, I found it in the toilet, so I didn't have to go that route. I had the camera in the truck, but no need busting it out.
Nice.
So I go to shake it, and I'm like, it's in there.
So you shake the toilet, you can hear the pipe, you can hear it rattling.
I can hear the ring
Wow, that's
rattling
cool,
around
man.
inside. So I
what
shake
a neat
it.
way to think about it. Instead of just looking, listen first.
It fell out. I got it. I put it on my finger, on my pinky finger. I put the toilet back together, and I go back into the office because it's midnight. She's still waiting for me. I'm like, I couldn't find it. Oh, no. No, I'm kidding. Here it is.
Yeah. Did you get down on one knee?
No.
Oh, man.
Here you go. She gave me a $100 tip.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Because it was an overtime, like midnight thing, I think the bill was probably like $85. Right. 15 years ago in Alabama.
Yeah.
Here, that same midnight charge would probably be
$400.
$400 or $500.
Wow.
Yeah. From a commercial company. For me to come do it, I don't care about overtime or late night or whatever. It's all the same.
Is there anything you notice about people, like just in different areas, going into different areas over time? Like, do you notice any difference in like people in different environments or anything like that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, California is tough.
Yeah.
It's. I hate using the word liberal because I don't really like that word, but
well, it's very liberal out here.
Yeah, it's very. People out here are pussies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
There's a lot of labia out here, as I like to say, dude. A lot of freelance.
The vaginization of California has taken place.
Soft. So soft, man. And that's what makes it tough being here too. But then there's also a beautiful side to it too, because you know, the weather's so nice. There's so mthis great people that come here to chase their dreams, to do things. Like there's so many types of people. Like it's tough, but this shit gets you soft out.
It's tough, but it's also the best. You know, it's the best. It's the best and the worst. You got to take the bad with the good. Yeah. There's that soft side of a lot of people, but also there's tons of good people.
Yeah.
And if you hook up and you meet with the right ones, then you can kind of get set here. So you know.
The holiday rush is upon us. And if you sell stuff online, then you better get ready. And you better get ready with ShipStation. With more people buying online than ever before in the history of time, you need to be able to get orders out quickly, efficiently, and affordably. But how do you keep track of all of those orders and get them out in time? Well, that is ShipStation. With just a few clicks, you'll be managing orders, printing labels, and getting those products out the door and delivered in time for the holidays. That's right, you can still get them delivered in time for the holidays. No matter where you're selling, Amazon, Etsy, or your own website, ShipStation brings all your orders into one simple interface. Quit going to this and then going to PayPal and printing off the address. That takes forever. ShipStation will handle it. With all of the major carriers, including USPS, FedEx, and UPS, ShipStation lets you compare and choose the best shipping solution for you and your customer. No wonder ShipStation is the #1 choice for online sellers. And you can use our offer code, Theo, to get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months of free, no-hassle, stress-free shipping. Just visit ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in Theo. That's ShipStation.com. Enter offer code Theo. ShipStation. Make ship happen. Oh, sorry, just shaving my junk. Trying to get that little Christmas tree above my ween, because it's holiday time. That's right, I'm trying to shave a little bit of a plant right up above my jonson. You know, a little bit of gristle-toe. That's Manscaped is what I'm using, guys. I'm manscaping. And support for this past weekend comes from Manscaped, the #1 company in men's below-the-belt grooming. You can jingle balls to the walls, fellas. Listen up. Untrimmed pubes are a thing of the past, something you might find in a horse and buggy or a mercantile. It's time to gear up and get yourself the gift of shaving this holiday season. I'm talking about the Manscaped Perfect Package 2.0. Everyone has accidentally nicked their balls or something like that. But you don't want Santa to cut a hole in his sack, do you? Neither do you. That's why the revolutionary company Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. Their Lawnmower 2.0 has proprietary advanced skin-safe technology. So this trimmer won't nick your bag or snag your nuts. It's also waterproof. You can use it in the shower. The Perfect Package also comes with a Manscaped Boxer Briefs pair that'll keep your junk feeling fresh all day. Tighten your junk up and put it in that fresh sack. 'Tis the season to get the Manscaped Perfect Package 2.0 for yourself, your dad, or your brother. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code Theo at manscaped.com. That's right, get 20% off and free shipping with the code THEO at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping. And use code Theo. Clean up your nuts and make Santa proud this year. When I was young, the plumbers came because my mom had been flushing coffee grounds on the garbage disposal and the little paper thing that was in the coffee pot.
Oh, no.
She'd been like putting that in there just in the morning because it was easy. She was on the go.
Yeah.
And she was like, do not tell the plumbers that I've been doing that or we're going to have to pay and the building won't have to pay.
Right.
And right when the plumbers came in, bro,
It was like,
I was such a rat, dude. I was like, my mom has been flushing coffee grounds and the paper things.
they would have
down
found
the
it.
garbage disposal.
They would have found it anyway.
Fuck, man. I never even told anybody that till just now, man. But I feel so bad I fucking threw my mom right under the bus, bro.
Did she have to pay?
I don't think she did, man. I think the plumbers knew that, like, she was a single mom and stuff, and were like, well, you know.
I've done that before, actually, where, so you go to an apartment complex or you go to a rental, a lot of rentals I'd go to where the owner would say, hey, if the customer put something in there that they weren't supposed to, I ain't paying.
Right.
Like tampons or, paper towels was a big one. We get a lot of paper towels out of drains, baby wipes.
Oh, yeah. Baby wipes seem impossible to flush.
They don't break down.
Yeah.
So if they get down there and they get caught on something, they're just going to pack up and other stuff's going to pack up on them. Here's a couple of good tips. For years they would say coffee grounds is okay in the garbage disposal. Eggshells is supposed to be good for it. No. Don't ever put pasta. Don't ever put rice. Don't do eggshells. Don't do coffee grounds. Those are not good for your garbage disposal. They go in the trash or in the compost. Your garbage disposal is for the tiniest little bits or whatever's left on your plate is what your garbage disposal was originally designed to do. Chunk that stuff up, mix it with some water, and send it down.
What about fat? Like if you're cutting the fat off of a chicken, like you're getting some chicken pieces?
I mean, if you got one or two,
get
get it in there. But don't carve a whole chicken and throw all the extra stuff in your garbage disposal. That's not going to be good for it. You're going to call a plumber.
What about bones?
No.
Okay.
No bones. No. One lady called me because she stopped up her garbage disposal with a whole steak. Because she called.
Almost cute.
Her son was going to come over for dinner. He called. He said he couldn't make it. She got pissed off and she threw the steak down the garbage disposal and it didn't make it.
And she hadn't cooked it.
No, it was raw.
So yeah, that uncooked meat won't go down, really, huh?
No. Well, no, I mean, it'll chunk up, but once it gets through there, it's just going to pack up.
Right, because it's that weird consistency at that point.
So garbage disposals come in different power. Some of them are really strong. Yeah. I went to this frat house in Auburn, Alabama. Tons of frat dudes. And they needed a new garbage disposal. Their older one had taken a crap or whatever.
War Eagle, man.
Yeah, War Eagle. War damn Eagle.
Yeah, my bad, dude. Yeah, you're right.
So I get him this 1 horsepower garbage disposal and I put it in and the head of the frat house is there and he's like, is this a good garbage disposal? Is it strong? And I'm like, they actually advertised this garbage disposal will chew up a beer bottle.
Damn.
And he's like, word? I'm like, yup. And he's like, that's awesome. I'm like, okay, cool. Bye. Give me my money. And I left. Like a week later, I had to go back to that same fraternity house because all the pipes underneath the garbage disposal and the whole main pipe underneath the house was packed full of broken glass.
That's amazing, bro.
Because they had a party that weekend and dudes were going, watch this, and just dropping beer bottle after beer bottle down the sink.
Have you ever seen a gas powered garbage disposal?
No. That'd be pretty cool, though.
It'd be pretty cool, huh?
I think that thing would work. I wouldn't want to connect it to my sewer system, though, because that's just going to send too much nastiness down there, you know.
Now, if you run out of Drano and stuff, can you pour gasoline down your drain?
Don't pour Drano down your drain.
Really?
No, man, that stuff's bad.
Is it? I guess, honestly, dude, sometimes when I'm not even feeling good about myself as a person, I'll go get a couple things of Drano and pour it in all the drains in my place.
Why?
I think it just makes me feel like something's being done even though I'm not feeling good.
Do you own the house?
No, it's an
Then
apartment.
fuck it. It ain't your pipes.
Yeah, but I just like, I don't know, something about it's like, oh man, I can't unclog my own life, but I'm going to do my best on these drains right now, you know? I think it's kind of a, anyway.
It's anything with hydrochloric or sulfuric acid, pipes are not designed to handle that.
Wow.
It might eat through the clog, but whether it does or not, there's going to be some residual acid left in your pipes. Mm-hmm. I have grabbed pipes, solid cast iron pipes that people had used Drano on, and I can crush them with my hand because they're so brittle. Or plastic pipes that just have the whole bottom channel where the water runs.
Oh, yeah.
Gone. Just melted away.
Yeah, that's what we had growing up. It would be plastic piping right through some plywood, like right through a hole in a piece of plywood or something.
You think getting a drain is unstopped? Or you think getting a drain unstopped is expensive? Try replacing a pipe.
Yeah, that's when it gets pricey.
Right. So you want to spend $20 on some Drano to try and save yourself $100 or $200 on a plumber for unstopping your drain? That Drano might cost you thousands in the pipe repair that comes down the road, or the damage that the water leak will cause, because you're not going to notice it right away. It's going to do some wood damage first and some mold and rot.
Fuck, that's crazy, bro. I can't even. Yeah, because I guess I'll stop getting it. And sometimes I get the expensive one, the little gold bottle or whatever.
Nah. There's better tricks. Boiling water works really well.
Really?
Yeah. Boiling water with a little bit of vinegar in it keeps your drain smelling good, and it keeps them running clean.
Dude, what's crazy is in the morning when I get up, I get some warm water and put some vinegar in it.
There you go. See, you're already
and drink
right
it
there.
for myself.
Oh, and drink it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a popular thing. We looked that up. Do you mind, Nick?
How's that work?
It works good. I feel like it makes me feel like kind of, I don't want to say fresh, bro, because that's kind of a bitch word to use, but it makes me feel kind of like.
So you're Massagilling from this side.
Yeah, I'm Massagilling from the top, bro.
All right.
That's that fucking Manson gill.
What's coming up a lot is apple cider vineger.
Yeah, that's the one I
right,
use.
all right.
Yeah, sorry, not straight up like dye your hair vinegar.
Oh, my girl was doing that for a little while.
Yeah.
That and something else. She said it didn't taste very good, but it was supposed to be pretty good for like.
It does not taste good. Yeah. It does not taste good. I just read on there though that it relieves nighttime leg cramps, which is
because it has
that's a warm water.
Potassium.
Oh, and honey.
Damn, I fucking want some right now, dude. Because I got on these compression socks because my legs hurt. What is the most complicated septic system that exists out there, or the most complicated one that you've ever come upon?
They are not complicated.
They're not.
No, it's hard to find one like that. There are usually the most complicated thing I run into is when people try and they don't know what they're doing. Day before yesterday, for example, I went to a house where the guy called me and said, "This is going to be a big thing, but do what you can." And I go in there, and the plumber couldn't. He wasn't a plumber. The guy couldn't put the toilet pipe in the center of the space where the toilet goes. So he didn't. And he installed it over in the corner, and he put the toilet on a diagonal, coming out funny, and it didn't sit right. It didn't look right. It was not proper. Not only that, but he didn't use the right material, so the toilet wasn't even stuck to the floor. It was just kind of
I've been on one of those.
Non-functional.
Yeah.
And
it feels risky.
yeah. And as soon as I start moving things and I get in there, I'm like, had this not have taken place in the first place, it would have been so much easier for me to fix. But that I have to undo the problems of somebody else.
Right.
And then recreate from, basically, I got to undo all this before I can go back to the beginning. So when it gets complicated is when somebody tackles a project they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
They should have just called a plumber in the first place.
Right. So, instead if you get brave ideas to just kind of Lewis and Clark your fucking shit future, change it up and hire somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, it's worth the money. I mean, it's some of these companies, I can't be everywhere, so you're not going to get me. And some of these companies are not very cheap. But it is worth the money. These guys have learned a lot over their however many years it took to be a professional plumber.
What's your company, Brad?
It's called Toilet Champion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You like it?
Bro, it's crazy because in my mind, I'm like, this guy is a toilet champion.
Yeah. I won a contest.
You did?
Yeah, it was putting a toilet together. It was a plumbing supply store in Washington was having this contest. They had a shitload, shitloads of toilets in the box. Like everything is in the box that you need to put this toilet together.
Oh, wow.
And the contest, they had a barbecue and everything, and they had like vendors there that were selling tools and stuff like that. And this was the contest. Whoever puts the toilet together in the fastest amount of time, you get a trophy, you get $100. And there was something else involved in it. And I did it in 1:54.
Damn.
Out of the box, fully assembled, no leaks. So I get this little trophy with a dude holding a toilet up over his head,
That's great.
And I'm like, I'm the toilet champion. So
Dude, that's awesome.
it's been the name of my business ever since.
Dude, that's beautiful. And Toilet Champion is based where? It's here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Or a specific area of Los Angeles? Or
I tend not to come into LA too much. I kind of stick more toward the valley and Thousand Oaks see me. But
Okay.
I mean, I'll move around where, Dude, I went to Cambria a couple of weeks ago and repiped a whole house.
Damn.
That's 4 hours away.
Wow. So you'll do some adventures. You'll do some stuff.
Sure.
Let's the Toilet Champion, bro.
ToiletChampion.com, man. It's its own website and stuff.
I love it. We got a question right here from a guy who has a beard. Now, can you cut your
There
hair
it
and
is.
flush it down the pipe?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't do it in like large quantities at once, but I mean, little bits, it'll go through fine.
Have you ever found something in a pipe that you thought this person could be a murderer doing something dangerous? Like some bonage or anything like that?
I found a baby in a pipe once.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
A baby what?
A baby human.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. That was a pretty sad day. I had to call the police though.
You did?
Yeah. So she miscarried. He beat the crap out of her.
Oh.
She miscarried, flushed it. So it wasn't a very large. It was just barely bigger than the size of your hand or so. But fortunately for her, their sewer line was already stopped up. So when she flushed it down, it didn't go all the way. And a couple of days later, they had called Roto-Rooter. And when I got there and undid the cap out in the front yard, the baby came out.
Oh.
And I'm looking, I had to look at it for a couple of minutes because I've seen so many rats in pipes.
Right.
So
yeah.
a rat that has been drowned it will lose all its fur, and it'll also be white and very small and have bones. So you got to kind of look it over. It was not dissimilar from that, minus the tail and all that, but it was definitely a human baby.
Wow.
And I'm like, ugh. So
And what do you do? Did you feel something like spiritually at that point at all? Or
yeah, I felt horrible. I didn't know what was really going on at the time. I think I was like 21 or 22. I was very young. So I picked up the Nextel and I called my boss. Hey, Lamar, man, a baby came floating out of this drain. What do I do? I'm way out in the country, out in the middle of nowhere, And he goes, you pack up your shit, get in the truck, and leave right now. Don't unstop that drain. Don't do nothing. So I did. I packed up. I didn't even talk to the lady. I just loaded up my stuff and drove away. They called the police. The police showed up. They did their thing. The guy went to jail for beating the crap out of the lady.
Oh.
So at least that happened. So
right,
sad story and all that, but at least
if you don't get
some
called, you
small
don't go
semblance
there.
of justice.
Yeah, maybe they don't find out.
Right, and maybe he continues beating the crap out of her. So
it's funny. It's almost like a little bit of a euphemism for life. It's like you think you can put everything hide everything inside of yourself, or in the in the drains, in our emotional drains, or in the ground, or wherever. But it all comes to the surface
eventually. It's all going to pop out. You can't hide it forever.
Yeah. Man, R.I.P., man. It's so sad, dude. What kind of baby was it? A boy or girl? Do you know?
I couldn't tell. It was, like I say, it was so small. And it had been in there for a while, so it was already starting to kind of, and it was fully developed and all that.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's sad, man. That dream baby. And it was Alabama?
That was in Alabama, yeah. I found an alarm clock in the toilet. I found an Elmo in the toilet.
I could understand that, dude. You're late for work or you're not late for work.
That was exactly it. The alarm clock went off. Dude threw it that way, and it went right down the toilet. He's like, shit.
And he was right. This past weekend is brought to you by Skillshare. There's someone that you love that's struggling with inability. Or not inability, but hell, they don't have a skill. Well, we got a guy on here today that has a skill. He's a plumber. And look at how well he's doing. Skillshare is a supporter of this past weekend. It's an online learning community for creators, with more than 25,000 classes in design, business, and more. You'll discover countless ways to fuel your curiosity, career, and creativity. Take classes in social media, mobile photography, marketing, even illustration. Are you a freelancer? Well, you can be. Just get a skill. Try bookkeeping for freelancers. How to handle your finances. One of our most popular courses. One of their most popular. Join the millions of students already learning on Skillshare today with a special offer just for TPW listeners. Get 2 months of Skillshare for free. That's right, Skillshare is offering this past weekend listeners 2 months of unlimited access to over 25,000 classes. That's everything. Just go to Skillshare.com/Theo Von. That's right, go to Skillshare.com/Theo Von to start your 2 months now. Man, I keep forgetting to send one of these to my friend who just had a new baby boy. I got to mail out a Ridge wallet to him so he can save money because he's going to need it taking care of that little one. That's right. The Ridge wallet helps you carry what you need every day. It'll streamline how you carry cash and cards in their flagship wallet. Instead of carrying that big lump of dunk in your back, looking like you got bad plumbing in your pants, now you can get that front pocket carry. And also, this thing is made out of titanium specialty metals. We're talking military grade, like carbon fiber. It's proven to be bulletproof, waterproof, and chainsaw proof. Though I never recommend you take a chainsaw to your money. The Ridge is so confident you'll enjoy their product, they've made it as simple as possible. And free shipping so you can get it fast. Free returns in case you don't like it. You don't like it? You don't keep it. And if you do like it, there's a lifetime guarantee. There's over 30,000 five-star reviews, so they've got a lot to be confident about. See exactly how it works by going to ridge.com/Theo. That's ridge.com/THEO and use code Theo for 10% off. And Corey Huff, I promise I'll be sending you yours soon, brother. I'm so sorry. I know that that you've had that little baby for a while now. The link is in the description. That's ridge.com/Theo for that front pocket carry. Let's go to this video question that came in right here.
What up, pimps? I was wondering if it's true they call the day after Thanksgiving Brown Friday in the plumbing world.
They really do.
Your boy know. Gang, gang.
Gang, bro. They do?
Busiest plumbing day of the year for service plumbers.
And that's just based on sheer volume of feces?
I mean, it's just called Brown Friday. It's to be honest, it's mostly kitchen sinks.
Yeah,
Garbage
all the
disposals. Potato peels. 80% of it's going to be potato peels in the garbage disposal. You got a big Thanksgiving dinner. You just peeled 20 potatoes. They all went down the drain. They didn't go very far.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Potato peels, they just have that same consistency. It's like a little layer of skin that can just gather up.
Yep. So, they call it, he's right, though. They do call it Brown Friday, man. One year I did 14 service calls in one day, the day after Thanksgiving.
And is it mostly shit related, or is it like a mix of things? You said a lot of it's food.
like I say, out of those 14 service calls, I think 12 of them were kitchen sinks. So it's just food particles and everything. And the other 2 are main lines.
And do you go to places where sometimes people are embarrassed? Like they'll like come in, but they'll never even look you in the eyes. It's over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, not only that,
people have a lot of shame around feces and around shit.
So it went beyond that because several years after quitting with Roto-Rooter, I started working for one of the largest luxury hotels in the world.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say who it is.
Oh, you're certainly allowed.
Oh,
we have
Four Seasons. Four Seasons in Seattle. So
yeah.
I'm working for Four Seasons in Seattle, and those toilets stop up just like any other toilet. Mm-hmm. But these people are fancy, and they don't want to interact with the common folk who is coming to unstop their toilet.
Yeah, the plumber's a strange guy to them.
Well, I actually work for the Four Seasons.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I was
for a
maintenance
specific
man.
one, or for like kind of an area.
Eventually, I worked for 3.
Okay.
But one at a time. I worked Four Seasons Seattle for 3 years as their overnight maintenance. So it wasn't just plumbing I was doing. Drywall repair and painting and all this other, whatever needed to be done, including, all the building maintenance and handling guest room calls. So yeah, most of the time, if a guest were to call with a stopped up toilet, that guest would not be in the room.
Wow.
They'd just dip out, let you fix it. They don't want to,
Yeah.
You already got to smell their shit. They don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
For the most part. There was some small occasions where they would be in there and they would just be in. It's in there.
Right.
Yeah, lady, I know where the bathroom is. I work here.
Have you ever had anybody like put on a mask or something so they don't see? Like, because
No.
people have so much shame surrounding like body, activity and stuff.
They do, but no. I had one lady.
Or anybody hiding behind their hand or anything, like anything that's.
No. I had one lady open the door with the robe, and the robe was open.
Oh, yeah.
So, just everything was showing.
Damn, nice looking or not?
Yeah, real nice looking.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to lose my job.
Right.
I can't come in. I'm sorry.
Wow.
She's like, no, it's okay. Come on in. And I'm like, no, I can't. Her husband pops around from the corner, and he's like, yeah, it's okay. Come on in. I'm like, no, it's not okay.
Yeah, like surprise me with a man. That ain't gonna help.
No. Y'all trying to invite me in here for some freaky stuff? I ain't down. Let me fix your toilet.
Have you ever had anybody offer you, just straight up point blank, here's a couple $100, watch me bone Rhonda or whatever, like watch us do something?
Man, I might get down on that. But no, I never had
you don't
that.
have
offer. I mean, if I just got to stand there and watch.
Not yet.
No.
It'll come, man. I'll tell you this, man. When you guys hire the toilet champion, you throw in $300, he'll watch you guys bone for a half hour. That's for damn sure. Look, man, I guarantee you somebody will hire you now to come do it.
Hey, man, money is money. You gonna pay me $300?
Well, look,
I ain't got to do no hard work. I just got to stand there and watch.
Frank, it's still plumbing you're watching, bro.
That's right. Somebody's laying pipe.
Get that half a sandwich, dog. Here comes a white guy with a question. Ooh, from Seattle, from your old stomping
I'll be
grounds.
down. You got a nice hat on.
And I will say before I play this one, we got more questions for you than we have in a long time for a guest, but like
cleanliness habits with your hands. Mm-hmm. So I can understand the difference. You know what I'm saying? That it's okay to stick your hands in poop if you know you're going to wash your hands before you shake somebody else's hand or stick it in your mouth or whatever. But I've no worries. I don't care. I put my hands on turds before.
You got good hand etiquette.
Yeah,
you got hand plans. You have plans for your hands.
I'm not trying to touch food right after cleaning out somebody's toilet.
Yeah,
I'll probably wash my hands 3 or 4 times before I do that.
Yeah, you ain't gonna clean out a shitter and then fucking polish off a thing of deviled eggs immediately.
Most likely not.
Yeah,
but back in the day, I did.
Amen.
In the first 5 years, I'd go unstop somebody's thing and then go eat lunch without washing my hands.
Hell yeah!
So I didn't know any better. I was a kid, so.
Yeah, and at that time, it's wild how when you're young, you could spare a couple of years. You're like, oh, I get lymphoma, I get carcinogen or whatever. I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? I'll fucking lose a limb. I'll sprout another. When you're young, you have that in your head.
Invincibility attitude.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, whatever, dude. I'll fucking have I'll have a couple spare ribs and fucking half a turd for lunch, bro.
Now I got to be careful when I get out of bed because it's a ways down,
What do we have, Nick? Let's get to a video question.
We actually had a.
That was a great question by that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have just assumed yes, they do wear gloves, so that's very interesting. We actually had a message from someone you might know. It's a voice memo, actually, not a video. So let's hear this.
What's the biggest turd you've ever seen while plumbing?
That's my father.
Is it really?
Yeah, I know that guy's voice.
Wow, that's like Luke, I am your father. That was like very Star Warsy.
I know his voice.
Yeah, one more time. Let's hear it.
What's the biggest turd you've ever seen while plumbing?
Oh, that's awesome, man.
It has to be the one I was talking about earlier, the lady with the baseball poops.
Yeah, there's Colin Ryan. That's what they call it.
It's great.
Thank you, bro.
That's great.
It just came into my brain, man.
I'm going to have to get a hold of my friend in Alabama and tell him that. He'll laugh. He'll remember.
Buy him a Houston jersey, dude. That's what you got to do.
Colin Ryan.
Dude, this Thigh Young Award winners. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, I mean... Yeah, that was the biggest one, wow, plumbing. Mm-hmm. But I was walking down the streets of Seattle, 10 years ago. I was plumbing a building, actually, and we were just taking it because we were commercial plumbers doing high-rise buildings, and kind of got out of that turd chasing business. That's what they call roto-rooter men, turd chasers.
Turd chasers, yeah.
So I got into the new construction, high-rise, clean pipe, no more dirty hands.
Right.
And we were walking downtown Seattle, headed to Whole Foods like we did every day to have our 10 o'clock morning, 15-minute break. And we passed, I kid you not, a 1-foot turd.
Oh, wow.
In diameter, it was a pile of poop.
Shit squatch, huh? That's insane.
Foot in diameter.
Jesus. And where'd they get it from? You think it came directly out of a body? You think it was a group of people?
No, this is a human turd. One human turd.
Oh, wow.
And it was just kind of like one of these, kind of soft serve deal.
Yeah.
That's a thing, though. That's a homeless thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you knew that or not. Mm-mm. Homeless in major cities shit on the sidewalks on purpose.
Oh, yeah. I knew that.
It's like they're fuck you to society or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon to see a big turd. And I almost think like they're kicking back like, hey, I got a 3-day turd built up. Yeah. I got to go find a sidewalk,
Yeah.
And then we'll kick back and watch all these people walk past it.
Oh, I bet, bro. It's got to be. And honestly, you can't fucking find entertainment like that.
Come on, man. That's free entertainment.
That's amazing. Imagine laying just a real snake in the basket heater across the way.
Yeah.
And then you and your buddy crack open a couple natty lights.
And sit over in the corner and watch.
And fucking watch a fucking fireworks.
I saw that in Hollywood 2 months ago.
Oh,
and
dude.
People had stepped in it. So there was foot tracks going away from it. It was crazy.
That's insane. It's interesting too, because at a certain point with bodily functions, we become almost like animals in a way. It's like we mark our territory. Dude, when I was young, I used to be real scared, and I would urinate in places in my bedroom.
All right.
And I think in hindsight, I never really knew why I did it, but I think I was scared that something was going to come get me. Yeah. So I would mark my territory. I don't think it was a choice that I was making. I felt like it was a not involuntary reaction, but just something that was more on the animalistic DNA of me,
Did you ever outgrow that?
Yes, I did.
Well, I have not yet.
Really? Wow. You'll just do it sometimes.
I get in trouble with my girl and my fiance a lot for peeing in inappropriate areas.
Wow. Yeah. That's interesting. Do you think that's any reason why you got into plumbing?
No. But I'm drinking sometimes comes into play with the peeing on the floor or whatever.
On an
ironing board in a hotel room or something. Or
that's fun.
You never know. Yeah,
so you'll do some wild pissing,
but also more to your point, like you're saying, kind of. Every time I move into a new place, I got to pee on it.
Yeah.
In somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to pee on that house somewhere. I don't know why. I just have to.
Dude, my buddy's dad, when I was growing up, used to get on the roof sometime when he'd been drinking, and he'd let us watch him piss down the chimney, dude.
Down the chimney. Yeah. To come inside.
And then mom, they wouldn't know. We'd sneak up, and then the mom would fucking get so mad.
Oh, yeah. Bro. Yeah, they just get... They just can't understand why you can't go use the toilet.
Yeah.
Well, because I don't have to.
Yeah, because I don't have to.
I don't have to.
Dude, you can pee. You're supposed to pee in the toilet, but you can also pee wherever you want.
Exactly. Wherever you want. In a suitcase, on an ironing board. What?
Do you feel like it's territorial for you?
I think so.
Yeah.
I hope. I don't know if I'll grow out of it. I don't care if I do or not, really. It's not really the only bad vibe I get from it is from
the
my
missus.
fiance. Yeah, she's not comfortable with it.
Well, look, dude, that's when you break out that trophy and say, "Hey, lady,
I am the toilet champion."
I mean, look, dude, and the toilet champion's gonna do what the toilet champion is gonna do.
I need to get a belt too.
Dude, you really do, man. I'm not joking, bro.
I probably could.
Get one of the kids when you go into the house and they're in there. That's awesome that your dad called in, because we didn't know that he was going to call in, right, Nick?
Right. I just recognized the last name.
Yeah,
and,
Laskoski was on the lineup of just people that had called.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That's cool. Did you and your father ever work together?
No, yes and no, not really. So I'd have to say no. I got a job working at the same company as him, but for a very brief period of time. We weren't doing the same thing. We weren't even working in the same area, but it was only an in-between until I could. Construction plumbers get laid off from time to time. You know, you hit a big job or whatever, or a high-rise building. When that building is over, a lot of those plumbers are going to go on unemployment.
I see.
That seems to be the way of it, and I don't like to sit still.
Yeah.
So my old man had a company he was working for, and they'll hire anybody. They don't care. It's barely better than minimum wage, but it's money.
Wow.
So I went and worked for him for like a couple of months. But like I say, him and I never really. Him and I do different things. He's a painter. So.
And you guys, it must be pretty close. So if he called in, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I mean. Since we've become adults, we're best friends. He's my best guy friend, I think.
Wow.
My fiance is probably my best real friend.
And your dad is a pretty hard worker himself?
Oh, yeah. He's 62, 63, been working his whole life. So,
that's cool.
Instilled some good values, I would say.
Yeah, it sounds like it, man. How do you get so for the young plumbers out there and plumbers apprentices and, young men that are like, well, what do I do? Is there a way out through that business? How did you... tell me how to get that those young men can get from starting working from a company with a Roto-Root or a commercial group, some outfit like that, how they can get to that next level of being now a toilet champion,
or self-sufficient.
Or self-sufficient. Yeah, because there's pride in that. There's even though there's other expenses that come in, it's nice to be able to have something that feels like yours, to piss in your own fucking yard,
Hey, make no mistake. I got to work hard for it, and I'm always out there hustling still.
Yeah.
I've not hit easy street by any means.
Oh, and there never really is. The more work you bring on or create or that you're a part of, the more work there is.
Yeah.
It's like
growth begets growth.
And it's a blessing and a curse. There's a law of diminishing returns. It's like it's great, but it's different.
Yeah. So to answer that, I would say to start, and if you're in your own, pride, I want to say pride in your own abilities or your own work ethic. How hard I work and how I want it to look is what drives people paying me. Mm-hmm. They pay me because what I put in looks good and it works. Mm-hmm. I don't charge a fortune, but I'm not the cheapest out there either. Mm-hmm. I pick what works price-wise for me, and I try to be as completely open and fair with my customers as I possibly can be. And that seems to work well, whether you're doing plumbing or carpentry or, treat people right, treat them honestly, don't rob them, and you'll get customers for life.
Yeah.
I've got people that call me from 5, 6, some 10 years ago. Hey, you still in Seattle? I got some plumbing. Nah, I'm sorry, man, But they'll hold on to your number forever if you did them right.
That's so true.
Yeah.
You save it in there. Yeah. Brad, plumbing.
If you're to ask how to succeed by yourself, treat people right and don't rob them. And that'll you'll be fine. What commercial plumbing companies are charging, I understand the overhead and the expenses and the insurance and everything else and advertising and all that. But it's still, the owner is making money for doing very little.
Right. It feels egregious.
It's a little too far.
So at some point you got out though. You started to do your own thing. What'd you do? You started an LLC. You started to do.
I have an LLC,
right? And then you started advertising. How did you go about that? I'm just trying to get some of these young guys who may be curious about that sort of stuff, how to get out of somebody else's toilet.
And get into their own, or hoist up their own.
And fucking at least pretend yours is a bird bath for a little while.
Craigslist was a good way to start. That's how I got my start. There's a couple other avenues like Angie's List, and there's a couple other apps that you can use that will send you work, but you have to pay for it. So Thumbtack, Angie's List, there's a couple of others that will give you job leads. But if you were to accept those job leads, they can be quite expensive, and all they are is leads.
Right.
So if the customer decides not to go with your price, then you're out that money.
You're still paying for that lead.
Yeah, and that bill started getting so expensive that it wasn't worth it for the return I was getting out of the jobs that would hire me.
I see.
So it ended up being, a guy needs a new water heater, for example. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I can put in a water heater way cheaper than they can put in a water heater. But it cost me $100 just to tell that guy that. And what if I tell him and he decides to go with somebody else? I'm still out that $100.
Yeah.
So I gave up on all those. They are an option. If you're small time, really small time, and you're only doing the minimum bids, then it's probably not going to be too expensive. But if you're out there and you're trying to make it a business, Craigslist works pretty well because it's $5 per post, and that's not very expensive. And you get one job and you got your return on that.
Yep.
And word of mouth, I think, is probably my best.
Amen.
That seems to work better than anything. And I've been here a few years, so I have enough built up now that I rarely do, but I do post every once in a while on Craigslist. Matter of fact, that's how Johnny found me.
Oh, really? And Gianni, everybody knows, is the beautiful little twink. And I'm not sure he's a twink, but he is a nice young man who's on a new. He's an actor, and he's going to be on a new television show called, what is it?
He was just in the 6th season of Power.
Power.
Yeah.
He was just in the 6th season of Power, but he has a new show that he's taping right now that we can't talk about.
Yeah.
But we just did. So
we don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, but also we have insurance. So it's nice, man.
Come at us, G.
Bro, yeah.
At us.
Using this insurance, honey.
Hey, if I'm paying for it.
Have you ever seen kids, like I knew we'd go over to these kids' house and sometimes they would flush the toilet, obviously, and then use it as like a little bit of like a pool or something for one of their kids.
Oh, yeah.
You see that a lot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kids, oh, man.
Kids will swim in whatever.
Yeah, in the toilet.
Or we had this one kid, Small Allen, and he could fucking literally, bro, go all the way under the water and hold his breath, man.
In the toilet.
Yeah.
That's gross.
It was beautiful, I thought at the time. But yeah, now in hindsight as an adult, if I saw him in there, I'd be like, get the fuck out of there, Allen.
Let's see. Yeah, overflowed upstairs tub on purpose.
Yeah, the tub was that big toilet.
That's a big one to see happen a lot.
Or bobbing for apples. People ever do anything like that? Have you ever seen any crazy, somebody, a lot of tits? You have to pee? Oh, go pee.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. Don't pee in here.
No. I got to mark my territory somewhere, though.
Just mark it in the bathroom across the hall. There's a key right on there, and Nick will get it for you. Today's episode is brought to you by Toilet Champion. Get that shitter, baby. You feel me? Oh, man. All right, we got a couple more questions for you that have come in here from listeners, man, and then we're gonna get you on your way, man.
This guy's just trying not to get a bid. It's a very specific question for him, but.
Hey, Theo, man. This is JD. I'm out of Pittsburgh, Kansas, and I see you're getting on with the plumber, so I got a plumbing question for you. When I turn my bathroom sink on, it just can't keep up. The drain, it gets full, and I can't leave it running, you know? So I'd like to ask the plumber, what should I do about that? Gang.
Gang, bro. Thank you. Bradley, was that his name?
It was JD.
Sorry. JD, Bradley.
I'm Bradley.
Right. But still not somewhere. I was trying to convince myself that. Thanks, JD. That's a good question, man. That's a really good question. So, yeah, he's in there in the morning. He gets it going. And then he's like, oh, shit, I'm trying to shave and stuff. Now I got to wait and let it go down. What's going on there, Brad?
That's happened to every, college house I've ever been in. And, almost immediately. And then you just live with it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Such a simple fix, too.
Really? Yeah. I love this. I love this question, JD.
5-minute fix. He's back in business. He can either grab that stopper and pull it straight out, but sometimes they're connected to a rod that's behind the pipe. He has to reach behind there and undo that nut, pull the rod out, and then he can pull the stopper out. And there'll be so much gunk and hair and nastiness on the bottom side of that stopper. You throw that in the trash, put the stopper back in, slide the rod back in, and tighten that little nut that holds it in place. You're good to go.
So what's going on there is the problem is if he pulls the stopper up, it won't come all the way up, right? That's the issue.
Well, the pipe is like this, right? And there's a rod into the pipe, and the stopper is connected to that rod. That way you can't pull it out.
Right.
So and that little nut, you just it's finger tight usually. 90% of the time it's finger tight.
Wow.
And you just undo it, pull that rod out to release that stopper and pull it out. Clean it all off. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll clean it all off and put the rod back in without the stopper, and then just drop the stopper in. So it's free floating. You can use it as a stopper. It still works, but if you want to take it out, you can't.
More manageable. Wow. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you, JD. That's a great question, and I hope that's a fix for you, my friend, and I appreciate you calling in and leaving. That's a great one. And also I was thinking about, the reason why you're here today, we thought about we just wanted to have just more just people in the world, it's just more fun sometimes to talk to somebody that, not having to talk to celebrity or try to get celebrity, or just,
Sure.
It's fun to just, I don't know.
Celebrity life is a little different for sure.
Yeah. And, we're just glad you're here today. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
And what I want to say is, so you talked about putting an ad even on Craigslist every now and then.
Yeah.
And that's how we found you.
Yeah.
Our idea was just, we want to have somebody on. We want a plumber. Yeah, let's do it. We're trying to get an illegal alien to come on.
Nice.
So we're like, we want a plumber. So we go on Craigslist to look. And because you put your ad out there, you are searching for business. You are doing your job.
Sure.
Then that's how we found you, right, Nick?
Yeah, and we were just talking about Toilet Champion, at least website traffic. Maybe it's not local people who can actually hire you, but it's going to blow up. And I bet you'll get some TPW fans in the Valley hitting you up.
I'm hoping.
Dude, I'll drive out there and shit and call you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm fired up. That's so cool, man. But just the way that you put yourself out there and work hard, man, and that's how we're here today, because you don't put that ad out, we don't even know about you.
Right.
And this has been an amazing it's been an amazing time, dude.
It was fun.
Just learning about it.
So real quick, I got I told Nick this story. You got to hear it, man.
Okay.
It is the funniest thing that has happened to me in plumbing.
Right? It's worth it. I wanted to introduce it, but I didn't want to step on it, so I'm glad you said something.
All right.
Awesome.
So I transferred from Roto-Rooter, Alabama to Roto-Rooter, Tacoma.
Okay, and this is the Toilet Champion story.
No.
Okay.
I told you that one. That was just putting the toilet together and winning a trophy and $100.
Right. Okay. So I shouldn't have interrupted you.
I moved, like I said, transferred. I'm working for Roto-Rooter in Tacoma, and we get a new dispatcher. And the new dispatcher that gets hired is going to come on ride-along with somebody.
Excellent.
So she can kind of learn, or he can kind of learn what we do in the field,
Experience.
Yeah. So this girl, Nikki, she comes with me, and we go,
She
service.
sounds cute. Is she cute?
Yeah, she was cute enough.
Yeah,
she's cute enough. Great big old boobs on her.
Oh, both of them, bro.
Yeah, they were both big. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that. You don't always get that, dude.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, sometimes you get that fucking, that lazy Susan,
So anyway, we go on, 2, 3, 4 service calls or whatever it was, go eat lunch. So I have kind of a rare form of colitis, and my stomach can just blow up at any time.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, it sucks. It's weird too.
The
'cause
irony,
I'm a plumber,
yeah.
You would think. But in all the years, even with bad guts and all that stuff, I've never used a customer's toilet, because that to me is just bad etiquette.
Yeah.
I'm here to fix it. I'm not here to use it.
Yeah.
But this instance, I had to use it, but I couldn't, because everything in the house was completely stopped up. Their toilets were full of water. Their tubs were full of water. Everything, they needed their main sewer line unstopped. And I cannot hold this anymore.
You got that boy on, huh?
I got to shit something
do?
fierce.
I know when I really have to, and my eyebrows will start shaking. That's when I can't take it anymore.
I start sweating.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's about to
It's going to
happen.
find its way out of your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what can I do? I jumped into the back of my Roto-Rooter van. I grabbed a bucket, and I shat very explosively and very loud, with her sitting in the passenger seat,
No way. Nikki with them tits?
smelling and hearing every bit of what was going on.
Did you tell her first?
I said, I'm really sorry. I don't know what. She's like, just do it. And she's got the windows rolled down. You could tell she's not happy about it, but she suffered through it. She said, the worst part was the people still had the plumbing problem. So after I finished blowing up that bucket, I had to leave it there and go fix these people's plumbing for another 30 minutes, leaving her with the bucket of shit.
In the car?
She got out for most of it and just kind of hung out outside.
You got to get out and get on your phone or something. There's a bucket of shit in the car.
So I finish, I get the drain unstopped and everything else. I get back there, rinse out the bucket and clean it all out and everything. And we drive all the way back to the Roto-Rooter office in silence. Just not speaking to each other.
But so much chatter going on in y'all's heads, man.
We ended up living together for 3 years.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she was my girlfriend for a long time.
Praise
after that.
God, brother. That is fucking like Miracle on 34th Street, man.
Obviously, she didn't mind the smell of my shit that bad.
Wow, guys. So you want to talk about how to meet a lady? Man, that's crazy how the vulnerability of something brings people together.
Right?
It really does,
I
man.
mean, could I have been more vulnerable in that situation?
Yeah.
You know, I'm almost in tears. Like, I'm so sorry I have to do this.
Oh.
But, you know.
And what did you tell her to look the other way? Was there any rules you gave her?
Well, you know,
I would.
in a service van, you got that bulkhead wall right behind the the seats.
Right.
So I mean, it's a steel wall, but there's holes through it.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's facing forward. She can't see. She can hear everything that's going on.
Sound like gunshots.
She could probably taste. She could probably damn near taste everything that's going on.
Man, bro, you're crazy, man.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Dude, you got to do what you got to do. You're crazy, man, but you're the best, dude. That's awesome. You've been a plumber for how long, Brad?
I started when I was 20. I'm 43.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You look like... we've been trying to get someone from her universe up here into ours for a while now. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice that she's wearing a disguise, you know, that facial kind of, you know, a little bit of hide and go seek around the face and neck. But we're here to get into her world today, and we're so happy to have her. Jesus. It is sex worker Allison.
Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories.
Good? Yeah, you feel honestly like you seem like someone who could be anyone to me. You seem like anybody from, honestly, Vanilla Ice right now to Sinead O'Connor. To someone at City of Hope who has a cancer issue. But also somebody who's maybe also at Barry's boot camp. So I feel like you are...
That's a wide range.
Yeah, I feel like, sorry. But I do feel like you have a wide range going on right now.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, she's here and she's in... I don't know if I'd call this disguise, but we have a sex worker with us today, and her name is Allison.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Are you nervous?
Slightly, but I think it's going to be more fun than anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, and if I say, like, you know, recently they've had, and one of the reasons why I wanted to have you in or someone in your line of work is because recently they had, can you bring it up, Nick? The SESTA, is that right?
SESTA was what was passed through the House, and then FOSTA is the bill that was passed into law and signed by the president.
Okay.
So I do actually have a couple data about that as well. So I don't know if you want to talk about now or like if you wanted to get into the heavy stuff now or have fun and then get into the heavy stuff because it's like kind of depressing.
Okay. No. Well, I mean, I guess now I almost feel like a little bit of like a client now. It's like, do I want to have fun and then get into the heavy stuff? Or do I want to get into the heavy stuff and then have fun? Well, how about this? How often do you work?
I work, well, it's varied over my, career, but I work anywhere between once a week to 3 to 4 times a week.
When you say times, is that a full day or is that?
Oh, no.
Okay.
The most I'll see in one day is, absolute max 3 clients. And I really don't, that's like pushing it for me. So most of the time I just see 1 or 2.
Okay. And when you say see a client, is that you're going over to their place or or how does that kind of work?
It depends. Like, most of the time, if I'm going out, it's going to be meeting at a hotel. And then I also have a location that they can come to see me. That's very, obviously, it needs to be discreet, and it's way more discreet than a hotel in a lot lot So,
wow. And that's not like a van or something like that. No? It's not like a...
No.
But it's not like a storage shed or something.
No,
okay.
It's a nice condo, actually.
Okay.
That I share with a colleague.
Okay.
Yes.
And so a visit, right? Like, what are your clientele like? Because when I think of somebody that hires a sex worker, maybe not when I think of it. When people think of it, I imagine they think of like, some guy and he's got, and his cheeks are all red, kind of like a young Santa, but never got into doing gifts. And like he's and he's smoking cigars and he's, lying to his wife and running around. Is that, what is a clientele? What is a sex worker's clientele?
Mine, it's been very surprising, actually. Like, and I have to say, the longer I've been doing it, the better my clients have been. At the beginning, I still didn't have like a lot of savings, so I was kind of just taking what I could get. And at this point, I'm so opposite of that. Like, I'm so picky about who I see and, my interaction with them before I see them. A lot of my clients are, they really vary. I've seen a lot of people that are younger than me that, are virgins. That's been a little weird.
Really?
Yes, I've had a couple people pay me to take their virginity because it was so awkward for them to try and do that in their real, they're just like kind of nerdy, like they were in, their second or third year of college or whatever, and they just like couldn't engage with a girl in the real world. So
I can imagine that.
I did have one like not tell me, and like in the middle of the appointment, I was like, have you ever done this before? Like, it just kind of clicked with me, and I was like, this dude does not know what he's doing. And then I was like, why didn't you tell me before? Like, that's kind of important information. But and then so I have people like that, and then
yeah, like, how did you know? Like, was he doing it backwards or something, or like, was there?
It just seemed, it was just really.
What did he do? Come first and then?
No, it was just really awkward. Like the hip movements that were happening and like just a lot of things that were happening made me like, kind of clued me in that I was like,
was he doing the Carlton or something? Like, I'm just kind of wondering what he was doing. I'm
trying to, like, this was a while ago. So I probably, a lot of this stuff too, I've kind of just like, washed my memory of because I'm just like, it's okay. I don't need to like keep rehashing that in my mind. But
do you have a virgin package? Like, if you're going, because that's fascinating. I never thought about that. That, there's some young guys out there and they can't get that, that bust out, or they can't get that, the. Do you notice that do you feel like they can't approach a woman? Do you feel like it's that the sex is the nervous part for those guys? What do you notice
like
with that?
One in particular told me that he, had gone on some dates and he told the girls like, hey, I've never had sex before. And it kind of like scared the girls away. They're like, oh, I don't want to take that on. Like, I don't want to take your virginity. That's like too much pressure for a girl. And then it starts then they don't want to, turn into like them being so much older and they still haven't had sex. So I think that's why they're just like, oh, let me just contact, a high-end escort and do it that way and get it over with and get, And
you got that practice. Pandora's box, really. How many virginities do you feel like you have inside of your vagina? Do you feel like?
Well, I took a couple before I became an escort, but I don't know, maybe 10. Not like a whole lot, but I've kind of already
you're like the Tom Brady of like taking virginities. I feel like that's a lot.
For my own sanity, I've decided to not see clients that are younger than me at this point. Like anyone in their early 20s, like I just can't. It's never like super great for me. I'm always like, this is so awkward. They're always too awkward. I'm really good at making everybody feel comfortable and like, you know, they enjoy their experience. It's all good. Like they don't leave feeling like, you know, that it was less than stellar, because I always take like really great pride in what I do. So for me though, it's just a lot to take on, and I just have decided not to do that anymore.
And how long have you worked as a sex worker?
I've actually worked as a sex worker for a really long time before I started professional companionship, but I did everything from like videos and photos online and webcamming. I mean, it started with videos and photos, and then I started live webcamming, and then I kind of graduated to and the live webcamming was fun, but it was just like everybody knew my business. Like it was all over.
Oh, really?
It was all over the internet. Like you know.
Oh yeah, because guys would go on there and you can peruse through different ones and they might find you.
Yeah, and it was just a live free stream. So like, you know.
Oh, really?
I would have like dudes that I knew. They would be like, oh, I'm watching you on camera right now. I'm like, can you please not do that? That's really awkward. Or someone would record it without my knowing. And it would be on like Pornhub or whatever. And then I'd get a friend that would send me the link and be like, oh, I just found this of you. And then I'd have to have Pornhub take it off. And
now, do you get a little bit of excitement from that? Like, is there like kind of is there something that's enticing about seeing yourself on like a Pornhub or something like that?
Well, the Pornhub part, not so much, but because I have never actually done porn, but I feel like I've always been very open to being an exhibitionist and like being out of the box as far as like what I do with my sexuality and what I do with my body and how I earn.
Okay, so you've been out of the box. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay.
You've been out of the box by. Will you say it one more time for me?
By being an exhibitionist, and
you've already been very open.
Yeah, very open. I've always been super comfortable with it, and I've always been drawn to it. I've always been like, I don't know. I just knew from a very young age I was going to be completely different than everybody else.
Have you ever? Was there somebody that like? Did you ever have a pimp or anything like that when you first got into it?
No, absolutely not. So when I had kind of like, I guess, a female version of a pimp that kind of like got me into webcamming and taught me how to do it, and she was like taking part of my payment and
like a madam a little bit.
Kind of, yeah. I don't want to go into
like a house mom.
No, like an online house mom, I guess. Like everything was online.
Like Ask Jeeves, but for pussy, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. And then I kind of just got over that because I wanted my privacy again, but I was still like into the idea of using my sexuality to for my benefit and putting value on my sexuality. And putting value on my body and using it to my advantage. So I then talked to a friend. This was like several years, like, I don't know, a couple years ago. Talked to a friend and she was like, you should get a sugar daddy. And I was like, oh my God. Because, you know, a lot of my like webcam clients wanted to meet me and I was so freaked out by that idea. I was like, there's no way I could like ever
break down this fourth wall. Yeah.
It's like or like there's no way I could ever have sex with like one of these dudes that are like giving me money for like, you know, enjoying like
jerk,
watching.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's no way.
And Nick does it a lot. A producer actually.
That's false.
He seems like somebody that does then. Sorry.
Cool.
That's fair. That's
That's cool if you do it anyway. I mean, like sometimes I even to this day like to go on and like look at the girls and I'll like load some money and like give them tips and stuff because I think it's super fun.
Yeah. And so then there was that moment where you talked to another girl. She had a sugar daddy and she said, you've got to.
Yeah, maybe try this. And I was like, okay. But she was like, don't do what I did. She's like, I did really dangerous things. I would just like, you know, get on a plane and fly. She said she like flew to Jamaica once and like without really knowing that like the guy was going to be super safe or whatever. There was really no like screening practices like what I do now. But so I did that. And what I figured out was sugar daddies are extremely cheap and manipulative, and like it's just, I don't know, if you're listening and you have a sugar daddy, they're probably a blacklisted escort client, because they're just they'll be really flashy with their money, and like I have all of this stuff, but they will be super cheap about like giving you, you know, more than it was just, I wasn't getting what I
like. You mean Jewish, or what are you talking about?
Cheap, just I had one for like my very first one I had for like 7 months, and he was just like, you don't want to be a, you know, I don't really want to say, you know, the HOOKER word, because I hate that word, but he's like, you don't want to do that. And
the hooker.
Yeah. He's like, you don't want to do that. That's dirty. That's disgusting. He was like,
but then he was still really paying you to do it.
He was paying me. I got away with like, I mean, he was not an attractive human whatsoever, and he just had a shitty personality. And I got away with like, out of 7 months, I think I only slept with him like 5 times. So I was able to like get, you know, but he wouldn't give me enough for me to like save, and, you know, and I still had like a vanilla, like regular job at the same time too.
And do you feel then, so the sugar daddy thing, I have a friend that goes on a lot of those sites and has dates with the girls, from
Seeking Arrangements.
Yes. All the time, right?
Yeah.
All the time. I mean, literally 4 nights a week. And it's kind of, you know, I love the guy. It's a little gross sometimes the way it's almost like shopping or something for him in a way, you know, which isn't bad. I mean, I think he kind of just wants company, you know?
Right.
But it seems like for some people it can get, it doesn't seem like there's any benefit for the women sometimes. That's what it doesn't seem like.
There's very blurred boundaries, and you have like there's so many girls on there and the guys are like, oh well, I can get this much for 200.
Right.
You know, girls are doing things for way less money than I would do at this point.
Okay. Did you ever get approached by one of those like sex carnivals or anything like that? Did you ever do like a traveling sex thing?
Never.
Because I'll tell you what happened one time. So I went to Europe with a girlfriend, and we were, we were having some intimacy difficulties, because that's really one of my strong suits. It's really, yeah. Intimacy difficulties is one of my strong suits. And she was a beautiful girl. And so, but they had one of these, you know, kind of Croatian kind of fuck circuses or whatever, where you could go, you pay money, and you stand in like a cage, and they put people out there on this spinning wheel, and they're fucking, you know, or having sex.
Right.
And then at one point the wheel gets fat. They add more people and the wheel gets faster. And it's like it becomes a thing where you can even bet on them. And the last person to be on the wheel, you know, wins or whatever. And and they get the money. You know, it's kind of like it's like you bet on a horse, but the horse gets the money.
Right,
you know?
right.
But it was just fun, you know, so people are cheering, you know, you see people and all these little cages you're in these little, you're in a box with a screen. And so the screen door would go up and you'd see all the other creeps and the other little things cheering on the people in the little, you know, Barnum and, you know, Buttfoonery or whoever they were, you know.
I feel like Europe is way more open about sexual, like,
yeah, and it was just on the street. And we literally walked out of a coffee house, walked into there. We're in there for a half hour, walked out, and it didn't feel as crazy as if they had that here. Like they would have a bunch of, you know, lonely, like sad people outside protesting it.
Right. It's, we've got this like really strange, like puritanical moral weirdness in this country. And I really don't understand how or why.
Yeah.
So I wish that we were, you know, more open like European countries are. Like it would be better for everybody.
Do you know, you know, a lot of, you know, to kind of talk a little bit about the law thing that happened, like a lot of the laws that are changed is you can't, and I'm just going to try to streamline it here, that you can't advertise on websites. Like Backpage, Craigslist, and stuff like that.
Basically, what it's done is the law itself has put the websites they're now held responsible for what third party users post.
Oh wow!
So if it could be described as trafficking, then the website is then held accountable for it.
So now they have to shut it down because...
Yeah, a lot of websites have like shut down. Backpage, that was a completely, like that all happened kind of like, it was weird that it was around the same time as Sesta Fossa, but it was a different thing. Yeah, so things have shut down.
And it was
Websites
Proposition
are way
260
more,
or something like that?
Yeah.
And a lot of celebrities came out and pushed this and championed it.
Right.
As if to stop sex trafficking, right?
Right.
And, to me, it's always seemed like the sex trafficking numbers in America have seemed way overblown.
They're inflated.
Yeah, it's like you hear 200,000 women in America are being sex trafficked and stuff, and I'm like, where are there trains running through town? Like, where are these people? You know, because even when I would have experiences with hiring escorts or something like that, or engaging with them at all. I never felt like, oh, this woman is being sex trafficked.
No, I don't know anybody that's being, coerced or
Have you met a lot of women like that? Because now there must be something that where that belief comes from.
It is there. It's out there. But the ironic thing about this bill is that because they are now, being removed from online, it's pushed it into a dark, dangerous place because now it's moving to the streets and women that did depend on that less expensive advertising like Backpage and just websites that were less expensive to advertise on, they are now being approached by pimps. They're now having to go work on the streets. It's become so much more dangerous. And I don't even know how, the Department of Justice opposed this bill. They felt like it was going to squander tax dollars because it makes it more difficult for them to find sex traffic victims because they're not being posted online anymore.
Right. There's no track. Now there's no way to really track them.
Yeah.
Now it's like we could end up in more times where you have like a Green River Killer or somebody like that who's going and just picking these women up. It sounds like if there's going to be more women out there.
It's basically made it's made people that are poor, trans people, women of color, people of color, trans people of color, it's affected them the most out of anybody.
Why is that?
Because they depended the most on those
Craigslist and Backpage.
Yeah, they depended the most on those
sites,
advertising platforms.
I agree. When I would be on those sites, because my thing is, dude, I would get, when I was doing drugs out there, I would be doing drugs, and I'd start, what'd you say, Nick?
You mentioned the celebrities that were against the sex trafficking.
Okay.
I hate them all.
Ashton Kutcher's your mortal enemy.
Yeah, I know it was like Amy Schumer, Ashton Kutcher. Are these people? Ricky Martin. Who else? Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, Carrie Underwood, Kristen Bell.
It's just it's a misguided. I understand. It's hard, especially for anyone.
It feels misguided.
Any lawmakers that are having to vote for this, it feels weird. There's only 2 that didn't vote for it, and it's hard to be like, oh no, I'm against, the Stop Sex Trafficking Act. The way that it was worded is so sneaky, and I really feel like what it actually did was remove a lot of our freedoms as far as using the internet goes.
Agree.
So it's actually a really dangerous bill. There was a lot, the Freedom Network, which is the largest organization of anti-sex trafficking or it's the largest network of anti-sex trafficking organizations. They completely oppose this bill.
Wow.
The Department of Justice, the
it's
ACLU.
Almost like people just took in, okay, this is what we think about it, so this is what it should be. Let's name it the Stop Sex Trafficking. Of course, everyone wants to stop sex trafficking.
Right.
But this wasn't the way to do it.
And we also don't want consensual sex workers to be lumped in with sex traffic victims because people like myself are completely I'm doing it on my own volition. I enjoy my job. I love my job. Everybody that I know that, my colleagues that I network with, which I network a lot with a lot of other women, we all really enjoy our job. And a lot of us really truly believe that like we're helping people. And the reason why I feel activated to talk about Sesta Fosta and the people that are disenfranchised by it is because I'm in a position that I'm okay.
Right.
Like I've really not been affected too much by this.
Okay.
I mean, it was scary when it happened in April. Like it was very like we didn't know. It was really uncertain. Like, you know, we use online blacklists that are, you know, our secret blacklists that girls can log into and find if a client had hurt somebody or raped somebody or assaulted or, you know, dangerous people.
Right.
We use those to keep ourselves safe. We use each other to keep ourselves safe. Like we, you know, can reach out to other
and
girls.
This makes it harder to do that?
This makes it, yeah. The blacklist that I use removed, as soon as Sesta Fosta happened, they removed a lot of their postings. So if a girl said, you know, John Smith
dressed up like Paul Bunyan and chased me with an axe, you know?
Yeah.
Painted me blue and chased me with an axe.
Like had
and
an
you can't
actual
put that on there anymore.
Had an actual description of what happened linked to this person's name and phone number and email. The phone number and email and the name still come up and it's still flagged as a blacklist, but that whole description is completely gone.
Right.
And I think even in some cases they changed from dangerous to just time waster.
Right.
Which a time waster sucks. There's so many of them. I feel like that's all of the people that are on seeking arrangements. But we need to know the difference between a time waster and someone that's fucking dangerous. Like it's just so I've depended heavily upon like references from other girls. Like I will not see my screening actually has gotten even tighter. And it's completely opposite for a lot of people that aren't in my position. They're screening. They have basically not been able to screen.
Right.
They need to make ends meet.
Right.
Like I think there was and
a lot of the women on the sites, I do say, you know, just to get back to that it seemed like a lot of impoverished women.
Yes.
You know,
that's exactly
and you
who
definitely
it is.
saw it was a lot of black women. It was a lot of, you know, or not. But here's what I would say. It was a lot of black women, but it was also a lot of poor-looking women.
Yes.
And I say that because I grew up around a lot of poor-looking women, and I know what they look like, and these were some of them. That's what I'm saying.
There was right around that time, the sex work advocacy group took a survey of about 300 sex workers, asking like what happened, you know, what their life situation is like, you know, post Fosta Sesta, and I think it's like 77% are the sole providers of their family, and 89% have 1 to 6 dependents on them. So it's, you know, and you can't. I feel like a lot of ignorance is like, oh well, they can just go get another job, but that's absolutely not the case.
Right. And why did I wonder, so sex trafficking became like this, you know, every couple of months there's a new thing. It's like the buzzy thing that celebrities get on board with because it keeps their name in the limelight, I think, a lot of times. But they see it as like, oh, I'm bringing attention to this issue.
Right.
And it makes sense. If somebody's like, oh, would you stop sex trafficking? Sure. Yeah, 100%. How would you say then that you try and stop sex trafficking, but not inhibit the women that you're talking about and that you and I are talking about, like other women? Like, is there a way to do it? Do you have another idea, do you think? And I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm not like putting you know. I
mean, harm reduction, decriminalization. I mean, I think those are like our two main things that we need to focus on. Like this law is the opposite of harm reduction.
Right.
It has caused a lot of harm. Like I've seen countless posts on Twitter about like, hey, my friend had to go hit the streets last night. She's missing, or my friend committed suicide, or my friend is in the ICU. She got beat up by a bad client. Like it's gotten like out of control. So I don't know like where are the victims that were helped by this. Like, please show me.
Yeah, it's another thing. Like, and I remember I would go to like, because I've been asked to perform at like different sex trafficking events over the years and stuff. And a lot of the times the videos and stuff, the things that I would see at some of these places, I'm just like, where is this going? Like, they'd show all these videos of women from a lot of other countries. And I definitely think it's happening more in other countries.
Right.
For sure. But it's like, I've never been around an environment. I've never, you know, even in, you know, having experiences with escorts that I've never been like, oh, these women seem sex trafficked. But now what about a woman that has a pimp? Like that seems like an uncomfortable situation sometimes.
Pimps take advantage of vulnerable women.
Right.
And if we had a way, if it was decriminalized, if we had a way to protect ourselves, if we did have a bad John, by going to the police and not being punished for prostitution,
right.
I feel like it would completely cut out the middleman. Like a pimp would not be necessary.
Yeah.
If we were able to feel safe at work.
Right. I see what you're saying.
I mean, we as my community, a lot of this stuff doesn't necessarily apply to me because of the position I'm in.
Yeah.
But, like I'm just talking about it because it needs to be
talked about
and put out there because it's super important. And not a lot of people know about it, to be honest. We're really pushed into the dark with this.
Yeah, well, it felt to me like whenever this thing came out, I was like, this seems like a lot of people who don't know. It just seemed like, well, how are these women who are using this as a regular tool to live and to subsidize their families and provide, what are these women supposed to do? Because I don't see trainfuls of, impoverished Sri Lankan women being bussed across America. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I can imagine that there's definitely some, some shady brothels and stuff like that going on. But even the guys that I know that go to get involved in that, they go down to Mexico. They go down to Tijuana. Now, I do know that, off of Manchester and Inglewood and stuff like that, there's a lot of, trap houses. Like, I know a lot of NFL athletes used to go. They had, this famous kind of trap house in Miami.
Like rub and tugs?
Well, it was more like a place where they would keep, 5 or 6 hot, Instagram model-type chicks.
Got it.
And it would be sort of like a sexual weekend or something, And these are, some of this are things that, these aren't things that I've been to, but these are things that I feel like I've heard enough about, from different people where it's like, okay, this is a thing that's kind of going on. Even things that I've been given business cards to go to. Well, let's lighten it up a little bit. So, what is look, this is really interesting,
right? I did really I really wanted to talk about that because it's so important.
It's very important, and that's one of the reasons why we've even been trying to find you or someone like you to come in and talk. I mean, we've been looking for someone for almost 6 months.
Yeah,
we've been looking for someone since this was a really a hot issue.
Right.
That if women can't advertise on these places, then where does a woman who's who doesn't, because you're more like an elite companionship these days.
I am.
But you recognize and you're not afraid to at least, acknowledge that not everybody has that luxury.
Yeah. And we're all sex workers. I consider myself in this, I'm no better than, a woman that's sucking dick on the street for $50. I really don't consider myself any better. I want to help that woman.
Yeah.
I just attended last week. I went to the Sex Workers Outreach Project committee meeting because I do want to get more involved with volunteering and helping and doing my part. And I think I do feel activated to do that because of how much I love my job and how much it's sex work has completely changed my life. And
really?
For the better completely.
And let's get back. So let's get back to that, but I want to keep it. I want to keep this Nick, will you write that down, please? How sex work has changed her life completely. Let's tell me a story of something that's kind of a wild that would be interesting, or just tell me a story.
I have so many interesting stories.
Do you?
Yeah, I had to actually sit down last night and discuss. That's why I have this little note card, because I needed to jog my memory about some things. But
okay,
because I've been doing this, so my hoe-versary is April 2016.
Okay,
I started around April 2016. I started seeing my first clients.
And you got those through camming?
No, so there was this website that was around pre-Sesta Fosta, and it's no longer around. It was like a review site. It was a way that guys would use it to avoid being ripped off by a bait and switch, like a girl whose pictures they're seeing, but then they show up and that's not the girl.
Oh, yeah.
So they were using it for that, but then it turned into this it would be this the juicy details, and it was really incriminating, to be honest. There was a lot of it was like a Yelp page for sex workers.
Right.
Anywhere from like massages to high-end companionship or whatever. So that was there. And that community made like a meet and greet back in like April 2016. And
really,
I was
meet and greet between the workers and the clients,
and the clients. And there was a forum on this website, so a lot of guys were like really active on this forum, which is so mind blowing to me that like anyone would spend their time being active on a like escort review site. Like
Jeanette L was a real feisty.
And then some of them, we call them hobbyists. Some of them were really just like, you know, and they would call us hookers and they would talk shit. Sorry, I should not drink LaCroix. They were like, they were just kind of, we call them slobbyists because it's called a hobby, and then they would be the hobbyists and we're the providers. And then the ones that were just, you know, really into the hobby, we would call them slobbyists. Okay. So there was this meet and greet, and I was linked with a girl, you know, completely like outside in like my vanilla life. Like I was given the contact information of a high-end escort, and her and I started talking. And actually I first got introduced because she couldn't make it to something, and she asked if I wanted to go instead.
So you got your shot.
This all comes full circle because so I show up to this hotel and there's 5 other girls, I want to say.
Okay.
And it's this really tiny old little Asian man, and he loves having like 5-6 girls for 1 hour, and he calls it a party, and he like brings roses and chocolate covered strawberries and this whole thing. And it was.
And what's he wearing?
Slacks and a button-up shirt. I just remember.
So Asian.
So I was talking to these other girls before this individual arrived, before this gentleman arrived, and they were like, I was like, yeah, I do sugar baby stuff, and I don't know, I'm kind of a little afraid to like go full into professional escorting. And they're like, oh my god, it's so much better, like it's good to have the boundaries, the time limits, everything. And I'm like, yeah, that does sound like it would be like better for me mentally, because this like these issues that I was having with the sugar daddies, with the no boundaries and the manipulation, and like just, it was all bad. It was really dark. It was a dark period of my life. So
because the men have all the power.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, I feel so badly for the girls that, I mean, there's a ton of them. I feel so badly for the ones that participate on that. So many. And because I think this like sugar baby lifestyle is like really like inflated on social media.
It's glorified on Instagram.
So
like,
glorified.
I'm on this jet, I'm on this. Yeah. And you never see any of the old dudes in the background. You never see any. You just never realize what's really going on. Yeah. But there must be something empowering about that. But you're saying, it sounds like for you, it turned more like in a business?
Well, no, the guys are just, honestly, those guys are just fucking shitty. They're just users. They want to get as much as they can for as little as possible.
My buddy that does it, honestly, you know, that's exactly how he is.
Yeah, that's why and I think, honestly, a lot of them are blacklisted clients because, you know, escorts stick to their fucking boundaries. Right. We're like, no, I will not sue you for less than my rate. Right. Sorry, move along.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Because whenever I was doing drugs, I would get all high and like, you know, I'd still want to interact with people, but there's nobody to interact with. You're so scared. You can't have people come over to your house, your buddies, and just hide and pretend you're not doing cocaine, you know, and just hide behind the plants in your own house. So then I would start, engaging with escorts off of websites, texting them, and just negotiating rates, dude. But it wasn't even. But I would always be too scared to have them that was way too much. Like I had so much anxiety.
A lot of people do. Like I
was a time waster.
You were a time waster. Thank you so much.
Is that what it would be called?
Yes.
I was a time waster.
You were a time waster.
And I'm glad, I mean, and, you know, I find that I don't struggle with that, you know, even engaging in, you know, looking at those types of websites anymore.
And it's okay if you do.
Since I've gotten sober. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it isn't. But for me, it was more of a, you know, it was, I don't know, I was just lonely, I guess. I was lonely in a part of me that I didn't even realize. I just wanted anybody to be around. I just wanted to engage with anyone. And sometimes the only people that will engage with you, if you're, you know, where it doesn't matter if you're high or whatever, you know.
No judgment whatsoever. I think that's what is so great about what I do is there's a need, and I provide service for that need, you know, whether someone's lonely or going through something. I mean, you know, I kind of completely sidetracked off my story, but I have clients that were like, I was going through a really dark period in my life and you really helped me. I've been told that numerous times, and it makes me feel like so good that I'm actually like, they're like, thank you so much for the service that you do. Because there are lonely people, but then at the same time, I see people that are like just super fucking busy, or that, I guess.
Tell me about the Asian part. So the Asian party, you're there. There's five girls.
There's five girls talking to the girls. And then I just remember it was this, you know, we're all just like acting bananas. I think I was drinking and they were all drinking. And
is it a nice hotel room?
Yeah, it was nice. It was fine.
And did the guy show up?
Yeah, he showed up. It was an hour. It was super easy because there was like so many girls. So it was just like a couple of us would like be in the corner pretending to like eat each other out, but we weren't really. We're just like making the noises and giggling. And then, and I'm sure he knows that it's
Did he break out that party shrimp or what did he do?
I mean, wait, what's party shrimp?
That wiener, bro.
Oh yeah, he did.
That Japaniner.
I'm really, I'm actually so impressed by this older gentleman, like that he can just like hit it with fucking 5 chicks and just it was pretty impressive.
Now, what do you mean? Like, you mean that in a stage fright sense kind of deal?
No, like he was just going for it. Like
everybody.
He does not give a. I mean, obviously there was a lot of hygienic things that were happening in between each girl,
right?
But I mean, it was. So then, actually. That then just happened last week. I had some girl that I've never met before reach out to me via email and was like, hey, can you come and see this? I was like, I know the client that you're talking about. I've seen him before. It's been a long time. So I ended up going, and there was only 4 of us this time, 4 girls.
It's like Welcome Back Kotter kind of. It's
he walks in and he either pretends he doesn't know me or just does not remember me at all. So and the first time I saw him, I was like a completely different name. So this time I had a different name and everything, and he like totally didn't remember me at all. And I was like, that's really bizarre, but whatever. I guess that works. So I ended up doing that again just, last week.
Okay, and now this time,
2.5 years of not doing it.
Did you take more control this time in the scenario because you've been in it before? How did it feel differently, like it's just comparing one experience
We were all
together?
working together to just like, move things along. We were like, it was an afternoon. We're like, we have to, keep this under an hour.
Let's beat traffic.
Yeah, we have to, okay, it's time to, we were all just like, it was a very smooth teamwork. We were all like, yeah, okay, now let's, put your condom on. Okay, now we're going to do this and this. And okay, now it's time to like, I don't know. We really like, it was a smooth.
Now were y'all spanking? Is people pulling each other's hair, massaging?
We were laughing. We were licking each other's tits. We were like, someone was keeping him busy. And then the other girls were like, and I kind of like lost my composure a couple times. I was like laughing, but it's all, I mean, it was kind of fun because it was like an opportunity to act like a complete,
Right. And with all that body activity, does anybody ever like fart or toot or anything? I feel like that would happen.
I had a friend that told me that.
And you have to play it off, right? You don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's never happened to me, but I had a friend that told me that she would, a couple of times she's passed gas. She's like, whatever, it's just part of the experience.
Oh, wow. Especially in Japan, they don't care.
She was very confident, and this job has made me so much more confident with myself. Like, if it did happen, I would just be like, well, whatever, that's a body. It's good.
Yeah. That's part of the experience, brother.
Yeah.
That's an extra $40,
You got to tip me for that one.
Upcharge on that toot-up charge.
Like where my form of companionship is called the girlfriend experience. So I guess we can just chalk it up as a part of the girlfriend experience.
Okay. And what do you charge? What is that like?
You want me to discuss my rates? I mean,
is that okay to talk about, or you don't feel like talking? It's up to you.
I don't know if I should specifically state what my rates are, but
okay. Can I, is it, so for, is it like above $500 an hour? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if are there experiences ever where you stay overnight, you stay? Okay.
I've flown places. I've been flown places. I only work in LA, and then I do work in New York a couple times a year. So I do have clients. The thing also about my type of companionship is I have the same people that I see. I have like a regular clientele.
Oh, okay. I see. And is it hard to establish that?
It takes time.
It takes time.
It takes time, for sure. I feel like if I would have, I've seen a couple girls pop up that are new since Test-a-Fost, and I'm like, wow, what a nightmare. Like, that cannot be easy to completely start fresh in like the post, you know, with all of our, like a lot of our resources are gone. And like, I don't know, luckily for me, when I started, I did have a little bit saved up from my sugaring stuff. So I was able to, you know, hire someone to do good photos and like it all costs a lot of money to keep the appearances of, you know, a high-end experience.
Okay, so you have a website, you have all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. So it's like a business.
It's totally a business. In fact, I have an LLC. I pay taxes. I have an accountant. I run my business completely on my own. I've considered getting an assistant, but I just am too type A. Like, I need everything in my own control the whole time, even though it's so much extra work. But
I feel you.
And especially like, you know, 90% of my job is weeding through emails and
really
like,
just like Nick,
just total bullshit.
What are like one of the wildest things that somebody's, you know, a John or somebody has hired you to get involved in? Because I picture like doing jousting. You ever get out there and they got animals in there? You know what I'm saying? They got raccoons out there, something like that. I feel like
I got an email just the other day of a
like
guy.
hide a snake in you or something. You know, do that reptile magic or something.
I don't think I couldn't. I've had
Where's
someone.
my snake? You know,
I had someone had mentioned animals, and that just completely disturbed me. So I was like, "Fuck that." I had someone email me, and I'm not going to return this email, but they stated my weight and my height, and then a girlfriend, a colleague that I work with, because I have a couple girls that I do doubles with. So, and they are listed on my website, and I'm listed on their website, and it's, you know, well known that we work together. But he was like, you know, I know that you're this height and this weight, and your friend is this height and this weight. Would you be able to hold her for long periods of time and throw her around? And like, I was like, well, it was funny because I'm like, I'm not like a power lifter. So that I was just imagining me like struggling naked, trying to throw my girlfriend onto around a hotel. And it just seemed like the weirdest. I don't know. So most of my work is completely just normal and vanilla. Like, I don't really, I've had a couple experiences that were like really just out of the norm. I can
I'd love to hear about one of those.
Like about a year and a half ago, I had there was a double with a girlfriend of mine, and it was a guy that I don't think I'd seen before. And he comes in and
now, do you put on body polish or something like that when you go over there for the stuff? Do you put on moisturizer and all of that?
I take very good care of my body.
Yeah, your skin looks nice.
Thank you. I am in tip-top shape all the time. You know, that's my body is my work, so I keep it as everything is completely clean. I get tested constantly. I've never had an STD. That's actually we have a lower STD rate in the escort community than in real life because we are so adamant about protection and
definitely than at Virginia Tech University. I drove through there once, and you could smell it in the air, something going on over there.
Yeah.
In Blacksburg.
So I'm all like freshened up. I look good.
Okay. So the experience you were going to tell me about one.
Yes. So it's my girlfriend and myself, and it's at our in-call, and this guy comes over, and he looks cute. Surprisingly, a lot of my clients are like really attractive. I have a lot of attractive clients, and it's like, I'm always like, thank you. But he comes over, and he's like somewhat attractive from the start, like from the first impressions. And I think it was supposed to be like 90 minutes or 2 hours or something like that. And he wanted I think he either wanted double penetration for my friend because I don't do butt stuff, but my friend does butt stuff. And we have a strap on. Her and I went and bought a strap on together. Okay. And it turned out that he wanted to be pegged while he was fucking her, and I was like, okay, I'll do the pegging. And
that poke-a-motive they call that, boy. You know what I'm saying?
We used this like
this
like
US
kind of rampy
team.
pillow thing to so she was laying on her back, and then he was on her, and then I think
so he was doing kind of a missionary style, but buttocks work.
Yeah, and then I was completely in the
behind
back.
him.
in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in the back, man. You're that
Yeah.
Horace Grant. You picking
And I
up the
remember
rebounds.
this had been, I mean, there was like all kinds of fooling around and stuff before this happened. And I remember like the time was starting to run up and this guy was not coming. And I was like, okay, we need to like wrap this up. And oh yeah, and another thing, the guy took his shirt off and he had a belly button ring. And I was like, it was
That's like Joe Exotic. I don't know if you guys know him or not. He's a famous cat tamer / murderer from
the belly button
Montana.
ring really threw me
Really?
off. I was like, you were cute until I saw the belly button ring. And I was like, oh God. And then I just
We
remember.
had a drunk guy in our town who used to keep a spare house key on it all the time because he always would lose his keys.
Joe Exotic. Got
Yeah.
it. Ugh.
So this guy wasn't coming. He wasn't.
No, he wasn't coming, and I was looking at the clock, and I felt like, I mean, my hips
This is
were
a shot
my
clock.
hips were getting sore because I was like doing
Oh, you were back there doing the
with
deed.
my strap on.
Wow.
And then
And is that exciting? Is that an exciting experience?
I was just like, wow, this is so. I mean, it was just in the middle of the day. It was just like a weekday in the middle of the day,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can't believe like sometimes it's
Like, what
very
time, you
surreal. Like at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's
It's
when
probably
Judge
like a
Judy's
Thursday
on.
or Friday or something. Like it was just. I was like, sometimes I just have these surreal moments where I'm like, wow, this is what I'm doing. Like when other people are just completely normal, and I'm like
And are
completely
you
normal
saying
outside
stuff
of this
like
too.
all aboard? Like, are you like
I'm
getting
like,
into
yeah,
it? More
like-
coal,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and pretty much. And
So the man's not ejaculating and the timer's clicking. It's
timer's
ticking down.
clicking, and I remember my hips were starting to hurt, and then this like kind of weird smell was happening, and I was like, this is getting to be really unpleasant. And then I was hitting my threshold, which I don't hit my threshold too often, but I was like, my threshold was, and I was like, I was like, I'm sorry, dude, we gotta wrap this up. And he's like, oh, well, I think he said something about the time, you know, he's like, well, you guys should have told me that you had to end at this, I think it was like 3:30. And, you know, that's the amount of time that he paid for.
Right.
So my friend who has no filter, she's like, well, in hooker time, you know, 90 minutes is 90 minutes. We don't have to tell you at the beginning of the appointment that it will be over in 90 minutes. You should just be done in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So like it ended up like, it was just this whole, I don't know. I think we ended up like patching it up right at the end. And I think he ended up coming and stuff, but it was just like, oh my God, it was so much work. And it was like, yeah, that was one of my least favorite experiences, I have to say.
So one thing I've been thinking about recently is my body and the different types of thing that's on my body and stuff like that, and different types of. Sometimes you have different fabrics touching against your skin, maybe, leather or cotton or burlap or Mogadishu. But now everything has changed, and that's why MeUndies has that most beautiful modal. And it's 3 times as soft as cotton. Have you ever felt cotton? And if you never felt cotton, cotton is that stuff that's in the top of vitamins. If you get vitamins and you open it up, you get a free chunk of cotton. But now, that stuff is soft. Sometimes you'll take that vitamin cotton and hide it under your nuts or whatever. But now that's all changed because MeUndies has these beautiful 3 times as soft as cotton modal undies. And they have the sharks on them. They have all different types of things. So if you want to take a bite out of somebody else's crotch, you can get that hit or pair right there. You go to MeUndies.com/weekend to get 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. They have multiple fun prints each month, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. If you don't like them, you can mail them back. So go to MeUndies.com/weekend for 15% off your first pair, free shipping. MeUndies. So did timing? Does the time? If a guy ejaculates, is that when the time is up?
No, because my time, you're paying for my companionship and my time, and whatever happens in that time is
So
the
the
choice
guy-
between two consensual adults. And
Okay. And if the guy
whatever.
busts out or whatever, and you got 30 minutes left, you guys could sit there and watch Everybody Loves Raymond or do some.
Pretty much. I mean, I have
a
a
shake or
couple
something.
of regular clients that like I'll just, a lot of my regulars book me for like 3-4 hours. So it's like a really relaxed, like we'll go to dinner. I even have a couple clients that just take me to dinner. Like I don't have sex with them. Like they just book me for hours to hang out and spend time, and they really like enjoy me and they enjoy talking to me. And
Yeah, we had a dude growing up. I remember this guy. I mean, I don't know why this made me think of this. We had this dude named Carl in our neighborhood. and he would give you like $30 and he'd walk like 15, 20 feet away from you and hold his butt open for you to look at his butthole. And that was it. And as long as you sat there and looked at it, he was fine with you keeping the money.
I had to look at a scary butthole before.
Really?
Yeah.
And now when you say scary, what does that mean?
So it was someone I just saw once, and he ended up actually contacting me a year later, and then he ended up being like a real time waster, annoying. I just was like, fuck this. Very little patience for that stuff now. But so I ended up meeting him at a hotel, and he was in really good shape. He told me he did CrossFit, and he's a younger guy, owned his own business, which is a lot, like honestly, a lot of my clients. But the way he wanted me to suck his dick, I was like laying on the bed with my head kind of hanging off, and then he was standing over me. So
that otter, they call that baby otter, dude. If you're doing that, hang your head off the back of the bed.
Yeah. So his dick was going down my throat, like upside down, essentially. And so I had a like perfect. My eyes were in direct sight line to his butthole, and I think he was trying like. And I noticed his butthole like looked like an Audi belly button, kind of like like pretty like I prolapsed maybe, or I don't know.
Butthole.
I don't know if it's like maybe hemorrhoids or I don't know, but it was really freaky.
So French.
It was freaking me out, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe my eyes are like 4 inches away from this
looked like
butthole.
it had just eaten accidentally, maybe had a tart lime or something.
Oh, I don't know what happened to that butthole, but then he pulled his dick out of my mouth and was like trying to get me to rim him, and I was like, no rimming.
Wow.
And then it pretty much like, and I think he was like, oh, okay. I'm like, so get that butthole the fuck away from me.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
So people showing up with wild body parts, have you seen like some very small wieners and stuff like that as well?
Yeah. I mean, I have to note here that I don't have any judgments on any, like, I really don't.
No, we're just telling a story.
Yeah, for sure. I don't care how old you are, what your body looks like, if you have weird body hair, if like, I just care that you are clean and you smell nice. Yeah. If you have a hygiene problem, I have a fucking issue.
Yeah.
I have a really sensitive nose, and just I take really good care of my hygiene, and I feel like if you don't, like, I've had like a couple where I'm like, this is not.
And is there any specific type of man that has that often doesn't come through with that soapy, definite?
A lot of escorts tweet about this on Twitter. Like, please double wash your testicles and your your dick. Like, please soap it twice.
And a lot of men only wash their crotch around Christmas time at the holidays.
Yeah,
and that's true because they have more time in the shower around then. They're visiting family.
Yeah. Dudes just don't. I don't know. Like,
it's not a thing.
We need to like, that's a PSA. Like, please wash your balls. Like, sweaty ball smell is just the worst. It just sticks. It really sticks with you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like having a little baby, it's like just having like a little baby India under
Luckily,
your
baby India, yeah. Luckily that doesn't happen too often. Like, I keep really strong smelling soap available in my in-call, so I'm like, please use like the really like make it smell nice.
Okay. Let's get to a couple questions. We had some questions that came in from listeners, not specifically for you, obviously, but just, we let them know that we're having a sex worker on today, and we had some questions that came in. Do you want to hit one of those?
Yeah, I actually had one too.
You have a question?
Yeah. Are you ever, like, do you have an exit strategy at all? Like, do you ever want to be monogamous? Like, because you can't, I guess you could do it forever, but.
That's an excellent question. I do. I'm in school full time, and I do plan on, obviously I'm anonymous, and I don't show my face on any of my advertisements or my website or anything. So I do plan on stopping sometime after graduation. But like, I don't know. I feel like I enjoy it so much. Like, I don't know. I do, I have mixed ideas about monogamy, to be honest. But I do like want to, like, I think that's like, I worked retail too. Like, I think that's the kind of pit you fall into, either retail or even like serving at a restaurant or whatever. Or, go to school. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
I guess.
I fucking worked at a Hot Topic for a while, dude. I actually got electrocuted once at a Hot Topic. I fell into a box of fucking Beavis and Butthead lamps and fucking got electrocuted.
I feel like I was coerced and forced and living my worst life when I worked retail way more than.
Oh, I'd rather blow a dude than
Working.
fucking fold one more shirt at Abercrombie. That's for damn sure, dude.
I worked at Sports Authority, and I was the best damn shoe insole salesman Eden Prairie, Minnesota ever had.
Yeah,
but
I could see that. Okay, we got a video question here that came in from our video fan line.
Cool.
Here we go.
Hello, Theodore. I got a question for your charlatan friend and that night walker. I was just seeing if she ever fell in love while tooting, doing her job. Thank you again. This is Joe from Rockville, Maryland.
Hoorah, he was going to say at the end. Thank you, Joe, for, and tootin'. Some people say, I have a tootin', they say prostitutin'. You know?
Oh, tootin'.
Yeah.
Tootin'. I saw like a little train with Thomas the Train Engine, and it was like, if she doing it for the loot, she a prostitute.
A lot of toots out there, man.
Toot. I don't know if he meant like with a client or like I said, I was in love with someone completely outside of my job. I knew them. And as far as clients go, I have never been in love with a client. I've had a couple clients fall in love with me. I have had good like physical chemistry with a couple clients where I was just like, whoa, where my pheromones like their pheromones, and
there's no writing
we were
on
just
the wall.
And it was with people obviously that I would never encounter
That's
in my
Swayze.
Yeah, I would never encounter in my real life. So, but no, I've never fallen in love with a client.
Have you ever seen somebody have like the nicest pair of nuts you've ever seen or anything like that?
The nicest pair of nuts. Because
I think sometimes I don't think about other dudes' nuts, but sometimes I wonder if everybody has like the same nuts or if everybody has like different nuts.
I've seen some really pretty dicks.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen some pretty ones. I'm like,
and what do you mean,
okay.
kind of?
Just nice shape, like perfect size, well groomed. It looks good. And it smells nice.
Do they hang straight down or some? They have to hang one way or the other. What is that?
I've seen a couple. I've seen them hang all which ways. Like curved up, curved down, curved the side, curved the other side.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing.
Like it's trying to peek around a cantaloupe. My buddy had that.
Dicks are all different, and I think everyone expects vaginas to all be the same, or that vaginas get stretched out. Like, can you imagine if a dick got smaller every time you had sex? Like, oh, this vagina shrunk my dick. That's pretty much the same as saying.
Oh, I've used that excuse before, so yes, I can imagine that.
A dick has stretched out a vagina.
Let's take another question here. Did you answer that one? Did we answer that one?
We did. And a lot of the questions left we've kind of covered, but we can go more detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, Theo. Long-time listener, first-time caller. But my question for her is, has she ever had someone pay for sex? And she was like, damn, man, you're paying me to have sex with you? Shit, I do it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple times.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, damn.
Yeah, there was a 6'3" professional swimmer, and I was just like, what the fuck?
And we're not going to name names, but Ryan Lochte.
And he unfortunately, this guy kind of took advantage of my heart eye emojis for him, and he was like, hey, can I take you to lunch, like, off the clock? And I was like, oh, no.
Wow, and you had to say no.
No, I stuck to my guns. I was like, no, dude, like...
You had to shut it down.
That was just one in particular, but I've had a couple people take their shirts off, and I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, I can't believe it. Yeah, and I've like orgasm a bunch of times. Like, I just fucking enjoyed the fuck out of myself, and I was like, and I got money too. This is awesome.
This is awesome.
This is awesome.
Like if a girl came up to you and said, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about getting into sex work. Would you talk her into it or would you talk her out of it? And not judging your own experience, but, and not letting whatever you decide to sell her judge you. I'm not judging you by that
right.
But would you talk her into it or talk her out of it?
I've had a couple girls in my, regular civilian life, kind of like ask me to help them get going and stuff. And it's turned out for me to be like quite like a lot of labor that I just don't see the point in anymore. So I kind of am just like, good luck. If you want to do that, good luck.
Right.
But like I say, I'm like, I'm I'm special. I'm able to compartmentalize. I'm happy and fulfilled. I don't know. So it's kind of, I guess I would just tell them it's not for everyone and really, consider what you're getting into, because it is a risky situation. Is
it lonely?
For me, no, but I know for a lot of women it is. I'm just a social butterfly, and I have so many friends and so many people that love and care about me, and I just it's not lonely for me, but it can be lonely. There are companions that do a lot of touring, so that's how they make the majority of their income is by traveling to different cities and posting up in a nice hotel for a couple days and seeing clients in that particular city. And I can imagine that probably being pretty lonely. Like I don't do that, and I can't do that because of school and stuff, and also I'm a homebody. I like to be at home. But I can imagine that being more lonely. But I don't think, I wouldn't talk anybody out of it. I would just say, it's not for everybody, but this is my experience.
Do you, have you ever been to some parties where they got like 40, 50 ladies there, and they got a couple of, it's like just a couple of basketball players types of, that's what I always picture. I feel like waterfalls and fucking, a couple of brothers hired real turtles to swim around in the pool, and, everybody's touching each other's ass and everything.
I know those happen, but I've only been to like one thing like that. I don't know. That's not typically. Also, because I don't party, so I'm not. I don't.
Oh, so
market
you're not
it.
in the drug world. So in the drug world is probably totally different.
Yeah, there's girls that are like, I party, and party is code word for I'll do blow with you all night. I'll do whatever. And I get asked that. From potential clients that email me, they're like, oh, do you party? And I'm like, nope, I don't. So I think I get kind of passed over for a lot of that kind of stuff just because of that fact.
Right. But you also get it keeps a lot of trouble out of your universe as well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. You ever been to space? You ever been a square? Now you can do it all. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is an all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. If you're doing an old-school method, you paying some guy in Germany or Rome or somewhere to build you a site, you haven't heard from him and everything, and he's laundering your money and all of that, change it up. You have beautiful designer templates right there at Squarespace. You can create a wonderful website, domains, websites, online stores, marketing tools. It's never been easier to sell products or services online, and you can manage all your products, orders, and inventory easily. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Theo Von to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com/Theo Von. And if you want to get right, then get Squarespace. I'm trying to think of what else I want to know. I guess, how about this? So, I'm a guy in my life that struggle with, commitment a lot. And this is something I'm kind of exploring right now in my own life, to be honest with you, Allison. And, a lot of times when I have real feelings and stuff like that, I will I'll find some way to either look at pornography or to, I would just text sex workers and just text them, and be like, 280, what about, what if I put on some cologne and let's do 240? You know what I'm saying?
Shame on you.
Oh, I'm just total. But it was just it was ridiculous,
No, but you obviously.
What if I put on a nice hat? You know what I'm saying? And maybe we'll call it, 220.
There's a lot of guys actually that are like, but I'm really good looking. So can you anytime someone's told happen and you just kind of let it, let the universe take care of it.
Do you get a lot of clients that are married couples or single men that are kind of acting outside of their marriages, that are afraid to talk to their wives? Do you get just women clients?
I've never gotten a woman client, but I would not be opposed to that whatsoever. I think that would be a pretty tight experience. I'd say a good percentage of my clients are married, and it is a discreet thing. And I feel like I give them, they've either not become, they've stopped being intimate for whatever reason. Their wife has stopped being intimate with them, and they just feel the need still, and they want to do it in the most responsible way by like doing it in a transactional way, not carrying on an affair, because they really love their wives and they want to be with their wives. That's their partner. That's their like partner for life. And just because they've, kind of like sought some need outside of that, that's the thing with monogamy. To have one person be everything that you need, your sex partner, your comforter, your the love of your life, your chef, you're the mother of your children, for one person to take on all of that is kind of intense. Like that's what I'm a little like, monogamy is a little iffy for me just because of that reason. Like I feel
it's like I might be able to make a pierogi, but I can't make you come really good.
Yeah,
that's a lot of, it is a lot of responsibility.
That's a lot. And as much as I love, and I feel like we all have, we'll have like multiple loves of our lives, and we'll have multiple partners and people that like are better suited for us in different times of our lives. And I don't know, I feel very just like fluid about that, I guess. And I feel like I've like kind of taken care of a specific need that like a certain person has.
Right.
And then they've left feeling relieved and happy, and they know that like, I'm not going to text them and be like, when are you going to leave your wife for me or whatever, because I completely respect that they're, like I just want them.
You're a service provider.
Yes, that's it. That's completely it. And I don't, and I say thank you for doing, you're married. Thank you for doing this in a responsible way.
Right.
Thank you for not like carrying on an emotional affair with someone who's going to be expecting you to leave your wife or whatever. Like,
right. It's almost, it is more, I think, if you have to discuss it with a spouse, discussing it like that, if you are going to, participate in those types of behaviors. I think for me, I romanticize about, and I would like to be in a relationship where, everything is right there. You got that one-stop shop, you got that girl who's, making you maybe a nice gazpacho, and doing hand jobs or something in the garage or something. And you guys are,
I feel like,
doing Scrabble.
I feel like that's such a hard thing to find in one person, to like have the like physical chemistry, first of all, like in order to like.
But it's been done for a long time.
True, but like, I don't know, divorce rate is like over 50%. Yeah. Like it's not perfect. Monogamy is not perfect. And when I've been in relationships, even in sex work, I'm monogamous with that partner. I don't have sex with anyone like outside of work or that partner.
Okay. Does monogamy scare you though?
No, not at all. Yeah. Not at all. And even like in between sex work, when I wasn't doing sex work, I've been in long-term relationships where I was completely faithful and loyal. Like I'm a very loyal person.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have any like daddy issues or anything like that, but it is difficult to find someone that you completely like get along with so well, enjoy being around.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, have like that fire sex, like that, like you are like addicted to sex with each other, where you just like the chemistry is swirling, the pheromones love each other. Like it's all, a lot of people I feel like just get married because I don't know, this is just my observation, but they get married because it's like, it's the easy thing to do, and that person, they get along generally, but like maybe they don't have like that like super passionate love life or whatever. I don't know, but they're better suited in all other ways of life. I don't know. I just feel like
sometimes that's nice to have a partner that can help you get through the world.
Yeah. No, I totally am 100% all about a partner. Like I think that's awesome.
Right.
But I think it would be quite difficult to find all of those things in one.
And these days, when we see so many influences that show us, that make us believe you can have everything, it's like maybe we're looking for something that's not even exactly real. Whereas before, we used to be a little bit more accepting. If things they didn't have this, or they weren't this.
Yeah.
And we realized that we weren't all those things as well.
Or maybe also thinking that there's something better out there always.
Yeah. Yeah, we're always sold something better here.
Yeah.
It's like even like, celebrities that attach themselves to different causes. Like sometimes it's great, and some just go from cause to cause because it's like the next better thing. Oh, let's switch you over here to, people are using, they're using blood rubber over here in these tires, So we got to shut this down. They're getting these out of, this is blood rubber. Let's get one more question that came in or two more that came in for Allison. Nick, please.
Hi, Theo. My name's Sarah, and I just had a question for your next upcoming guest. in the line of sex work, how you are able to reconcile the feelings of like emotional attachment to sex and just seeing it as work. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I've just always been super emotionally attached person. Thank you. Bye.
You know, I like that. A little more. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think that's actually a really like big part of it.
Because you can do that. You said you can compartmentalize.
Yeah.
And you're the rarity, though.
I am. I think I just kind of hold a special place for those, I do have like relationships with my like regular clients and stuff. And like, I really enjoy them for who they are. But I don't have like that super. I think a lot of women just they carry a lot of like emotional attachment to sex. I think that's why it's difficult for women to kind of be slutty, because they're like, well, what is this? Like, we had sex, so does that mean you're gonna be my boyfriend? Or I don't know. So I've never really had that. I think that's a really wild idea to even think that. So I'm just I guess I'm in the minority there, but I do have like rituals in order to like kind of like, cut the energy cord from, after I see a client, I'm like, okay, cut the energy cord, send it back with love and light. Like I do, absorb emotional energy. So I, do what I can to, cleanse myself of that and keep myself healthy and keep my emotions in check. Some days are better than others. Sometimes it's like, man, sometimes it doesn't feel that great. It's not always, perfect, but
yeah,
I'm a human. I'm not a robot. So yeah, I guess that's like my best answer for that. But I really appreciate these questions though.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the answers. I think it's interesting.
Our booker, Gianni, we have a closed circuit live feed. He asked if your parents knew.
Yes. I've been open somewhat with my family about it. And it's kind of, I'm not the closest with my family, so it's almost like a don't ask, don't tell thing. But, they know.
Do you think if you had a closer relationship with your family that you would have even gotten into something like this? Or you think this is...
That's a good question.
I guess it's hard to know.
It is hard to know. But, I don't know, I've kind of always felt... I've always loved sex, and I've always loved...
Well, you control it then.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes with comedy, it's like I know if I'm making people laugh, like when people are laughing, it's almost like they're impaired for a minute, or for a second, They're shaking, they're making a sound. It's the closest thing you can get to really shooting somebody, kind of, or electrocuting them.
Right.
It's like, So I know that when it's almost like putting a little bitty spell on them, and I think for me, I just felt probably inside of me, I felt so uncomfortable that was the only moment I could feel comfortable was if somebody else was, I knew if they were like that, then they couldn't do anything to me. There was nothing they had no control in that moment.
Right.
Because it's involuntary for them to laugh.
Right.
So they had no control.
Right.
It was completely out of their control because they were doing something involuntary. And so that was a moment where, not like I had to be so controlling, but just I knew then in that moment that they weren't going to be able to do something to make me feel bad or make me feel scared or harmed,
I relate to that.
Yeah, I just wonder sometimes, or not wonder sometimes, but I wonder right now if that's... Yeah, it's like you can control the situation.
It's all a very controlled environment. A lot of 90% of my job is just talking and like connecting with people.
Yeah,
just learning about people. I get a lot of free financial advice.
Yeah, I bet.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And I jerk off semi-regularly, and I'm saying invest in Amazon, actually, right now.
I own some Amazon
There
stock.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
How about this, though? Do you have couples that get you, a husband and wives?
Yeah, I have had a couple couples.
Let's rattle through a couple of wild things that people have had you do.
So I had this couple. I drove down to Orange County to see them. They
White or black or
They
orange?
were white.
Okay.
They were orange. They were white. They were both a little heavy set, so I felt like a fucking Victoria's Secret model.
A couple of thick hippopotamuses,
Yeah.
boy. I like it.
They were they had their kids off at they like staying with the grandparents or something. So there was like kids' toys and stuff. But they did well. They had a nice place. And they were like, actually, it was one of my colleagues sent me to them. She's like, I've seen them before, and I'm not in the mood to see them. And I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll do it. So they were like partying. They're like, yeah, this is like our special treat.
They're doing some cocaine?
They were doing some blow. They were,
What music were they listening to?
Oh, fuck. I think just like top 40.
Yeah.
They were like, and also the thing is that they were only like 3 years older than me, and I felt like they were 15 years older than me.
Yeah,
like,
boy.
They were like
a lot of sunburn and tits, bro.
Yeah. It was, and the wife was wearing like, lingerie, and then he was like, oh man, this is so exciting. And she basically was like, she's like, I don't really like sucking his dick, so if you could suck his dick, that would be awesome. Ooh. She was like cheering me on. And it was that was very challenging because I don't know if you know what blow does to a penis, but it's not a fun situation.
Oh, yeah. That's that Punxsutawney Phil, boy.
I just get into this like meditative, like,
oh yeah,
you're gonna come. Like I've all other thoughts kind of fly out of my head. And
you almost
like,
got to punch somebody in the asshole to come if they're on cocaine. You got to really.
It was exhausting, and he, she was like, kind of like. Then she had me come outside and we like smoked a cigarette together. And she was like, I know that I just wanted him to have like a fun time because I know like, I don't want him to like cheat on me. So I figure if we do this together, then it's all good. And then I found out later from my girlfriend that the guy hits her up to see her alone all the time. So I was like, oh God, that was like a completely disingenuous situation. But, yeah. And actually that girlfriend of mine, she told me about a situation that I was just so horrified by hearing. She went and saw a married couple that were in their mid 80s.
Oh yeah, boy. And that's at least 84. Let's remember that.
Geriatric. And she told me that the hotel room smelled like a nursing home. And I was just like, girl, I couldn't do it.
I think it's nursery.
There's some situations where I'm like, I could not. And she was like, I feel so desensitized after that. She said she went down on the lady.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, oh. I had a newfound respect for that chick. I really did. I was
That's
like,
that Barbara Bush, daddy.
Girl, you did it.
Dang.
She said it was like
Chavez
hours.
Ravine,
she said it was hours too. I mean, that girl, she walked away from that with like,
hours.
8,000. Like she got a lot from that because she's, she has a high rate. She walked away with a lot of money, but I'm like, I don't even think I could do that for that. I don't know. There's a price for everything, but fuck.
Have you ever been surprised like a celebrity hired you and you went over there and it was a celebrity?
Yes.
And is that kind of scary or?
No, I really just try to maintain my professionalism always.
Yeah.
And my discretion. Like I see clients out, like, I've been out. I feel like I can't go to steakhouses in Beverly Hills at all. Like I just can't go.
So Mastro's is a bad
always see, yeah. Like I'm either with a client or I see a client or I just, it's a very discreet, like it's like a secret. It's like a cute secret.
And is it like, do you ever do you have a finishing move if you're finishing off a client, like you're trying to get somebody to bust out or whatever?
What is my I bust out like if it's getting. I had this client that I saw all the time, and I think he had a cocaine problem, but he was. I tolerated him because he gave me way more than my rate, and it was worth it to me. I would have to bring baby oil and just like oil up my tits. Mm-hmm. Oil up their dick. You can't put a condom on after that because the oil will break through the latex. So it's kind of all just like hands and tits and like ball rubbing. And that's usually my finisher. If all else fails, if the golden pussy can't do it, then which isn't often, then it's the oil, the kind of helps things along.
And do you have a regular pussy or what is that like?
Do I have a regular pussy?
Yeah.
I love my pussy. I think my pussy's pretty special.
Okay.
I have a special pussy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I call it a princess pussy.
Okay.
Because I don't like I tell people, I'm like, I can only do like a certain amount of like actual intercourse before it starts getting a little ouchies for me.
Okay. And what about everybody, these days everybody's into butt activity. You said earlier that's not one of your things.
Not one of my things.
What is something wild that somebody's requested that you've had to be like, nah.
Well, I did something pretty wild that I would never do again. That was completely surprised. This gentleman walked in with kind of like a toiletries bag, I guess. And
that's an overnight kit.
This is something that I was like, I have to take a couple days off after this. He walked in and he just had like a old pervy vibe, which I'm like, I can handle it. It's fine. I counted the money first. It's all good. So then he's like, it seems like a regular session. And then all of a sudden he's like, hey, can we play with toys? And I was like, I don't have any toys. Like, what do you mean? He's like, oh no, I brought some. He pulls out, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm saying this out loud, but he pulls out this thing with a wooden handle.
Oh yeah.
And on the end of it is 3 like baseball sized metal balls, all kind of like linked together with a wooden handle.
Okay.
And then he pulls out baby lotion.
Oh yeah.
Like a really like the pink Johnson and
That's
Johnson.
That's like Gladiator hitter, man.
Like
that's
not
Gerard Butler.
Not lube or anything, but
yeah.
And he asked me to put that into his butt. And I did it just because it was in the moment. And
how big was this deal, you think?
This thing?
Yeah.
How big was it? I think.
Like, how long would you hold it up in the air before your arm would get tired, you think?
I mean, I don't know. I'm in pretty good shape, so I could probably hold it for a while, but I felt like I was.
But like how long? Like 2 hours or like 30 seconds, 40 seconds?
Probably 30 seconds. And then
oh wow.
It was a heavy duty thing. Like the handle was wooden, the balls were metal. Like he squirts a bunch of fucking baby lotion on it, and I felt like I was plunging a toilet. Like it was fucked up. It was so fucked up. I was like, that is the most fucked up thing that I've ever had to do.
And what was he doing this whole time? Was he reading? Was he on it? Was he? Or you just enjoying it?
He was just into it, and I was like, fuck.
And what, is he touching his wiener or something during that?
I think he was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he contacted me again later, and I told him that it was super fucked up that he did that. I was like, you should never do that to people, ever. So.
Oh, it's fucked up of him to do that to you.
Yes. I was like, I mean, obviously, like, nothing was happening.